We are up. Welcome back, everyone, to another severe weather coverage live stream on the Royal NYR54 channel. Hope you all are having a fantastic day. We currently have a few mesocyclones going on right now in Colorado and Illinois. I got Hockey Boy Nate with me since he is not live today. He's not going live today. And he's just going to kind of be on the side and around me as we go along throughout the stream. So, what we're currently looking at right now is the mesocyclone in Colorado. This has a tornado possible tag on the severe thunderstorm warning. This is going to be something to note going later on throughout the day. We have a couple new severe warnings in Texas popping up, so I'll get to those in a second. We also have a mesocyclone in Illinois near Canton that actually looks decent. That'll be another thing to keep an eye on as time goes along. But let's get to the new severe thunderstorm warnings. We have one for southeastern Terrell County in southwestern Texas. That's in effect until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time for golf ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. We also have another one for McLennan County, Coryell County, Bell County, and Falls County in central Texas. That is also in effect until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. So there are several severe warnings right now, as you can see right down the line here. And that'll be something to keep an eye on as time goes along. Took a look back at the Colorado cell. So the inbound winds are actually looking fairly nice on velocity scans, hitting 50 on one side, and on the other side I'm reading 16, 15. That's still 65, so it does have some strengthening to do, but if it does strengthen, that could potentially go tornado warned. On the other one, we have some pretty even velocities, it seems. We got 39 showing up on one side and 37 showing up on the other side. That is almost 80 miles an hour, just over 75. So that is a fairly well-organized mesocyclone that will be tracking until it potentially goes tornado warned. This does not have a tornado possible tag, which I don't know if I agree with. Yeah, no tornado possible tag. I don't know if I agree with that. I think this could develop if it has some time and space. But that's really the overall area of where we're looking today. Hello, Royal Sir. Hi. Hash Brown, hello. Nate isn't talking. Yeah, I know. He's here, though.
I'm in the background.
Yeah, he's in the background. He's getting some updates for his computer, he said. So
my computer is running through some updates, but I'm basically just here to inform him of stuff that he's not looking at, and yeah.
Yeah. Oh, here we go. We have a tornado warning in northwestern Gray County in the Panhandle of Texas. That is in effect until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Where did this come from? I'll wait for it to pop up on radar scope. We also have a couple new severe warnings, so I'll get to those. We have a severe thunderstorm warning for Stafford County in south central Texas. That is in effect until 6:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for quarter-size hail.
Showing up for you on radar scope?
Not yet. I think it needs a second here.
I do want to mention then that this is right over Kings Mill, and this is going to be paralleling US 60.
Mm-hmm. And we also have a new severe thunderstorm warning for central Travis County in south central Texas. That's in effect until 7 Central. Also, chat, is the quality of my stream okay? Because it doesn't seem good on my preview here. Huh?
I have it pulled up here. I think it's good enough.
What is it?
I have it pulled up. It's fine. I've got it at 720p right now.
720p? Because it's maxing at 360p on my preview here, so just wanted to know that.
It's
Um,
a little. It's fine.
Tux, Radar Scope comes up in Google Play as a game for kids.
Sounds about right. Yeah, it doesn't seem to be a lot of strong rotation, but there is really great presentation on reflectivity. So I do want to mention that.
Yeah.
I
Um,
don't see. I see an inflow notch, but I see it really weak on 3D on GR2. So
it finally popped up. Um, yeah, it's there. It's not very strong, like you'd mentioned. Quite
take a look at the
frank,
ZDR if you
quite
have that.
frankly, the tornado possible severe warning. If there was severe warning, the tornado possible severe warning in Colorado should be. That is getting strong. It's a little range folded, but we're maxing out at 106 on top of 28, so it is getting quite strong. Could potentially go tornado warned soon. Um, I love how the description of it says a severe thunderstorm warning, which continues to show rotation, was located 10 miles east of Kim, 31 miles west of Springfield. There's no mesocyclone associated with it now, so that's, I don't know if I believe that. There is 1 inch hail associated with this as well, so that is something else to keep in mind. It's blurry. It's fine, though. I'm going to try and see what OBS is doing. Let's see. That's weird, because it says the output scaled resolution is 1080.
It may have to do with how many frames you're sending out.
I'm sending out 30.
It's not bad.
It's not too ridiculous, so. As long as you guys can, see it, though, see what's going on, that's really what matters.
What is your video bit rate?
Video bit rate. 2500.
That's the default. You might want to up that up by like 500, but you can do that after the stream.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let's cancel that out.
I'm assuming that's with a computer that isn't like high profile and stuff like that.
It's not. It's really not built for this, but it's actually done surprisingly well for what I've needed it to do. So now I'm getting, on the Pueblo rotation, I'm getting 68 on top of 44, and that is getting tighter and tighter by the minute, so that is something to keep in mind and keep an eye on.
Yeah.
For potential tornado warning. That could go warned soon, I believe.
I'm gonna track the tornado warning storm right now.
Okay.
It looks to be crossing over US 60 in about 30 minutes, and it'll be impacting the outskirts of Pampa in around 35 minutes, and then actually hitting downtown areas in 45. So if you live over there, go ahead and get into your safe space. Don't want to take any risks with any storm that has a tornado warning.
Yeah, and especially in the area that it's in, it could possibly favor development if it gets its act together, so you definitely want to keep that in mind as time goes along. We'll continue to keep an eye on this, even though it does not look like it's very strong at the moment. So now new frame even tighter, I'm getting 60 and 37, so that's a little weaker, but still almost 100, and it is getting tighter by the minute. Just a note, flash flood warning for Robertson County in northern Kentucky, southwestern Bracken County in northern Kentucky. That's until 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And it says 1 to 2 inches of rain per hour, and 2 inches of rain have already fallen. So that is definitely dangerous totals, so you guys definitely want to seek higher ground if you are in that area. Is there any better radar view? I mean, Pueblo's good enough, but yeah, there isn't great. Because the range is starting to fold on it. Sucks.
Um, you might have to use higher tilts. It might not give you the full picture, but it will give you something.
Still kind of folding, and still folding more actually, and it's not really showing much at all. So I'll just stick with tilt 1. It should go away soon enough. I hope. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Coke County, Schletcher County, Sterling County, Tom Green County, Crockett County, Arion County in Texas. That is until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The range folding's gone away, which is fantastic. For 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. I'm going to keep an eye on all these storms for tornado possible tags now, because considering the one in Amarillo we didn't even look at, just got warned, I'm just going to keep an eye on everything. Rotations on the Colorado storm seems to be tightening, but getting a little weaker. Still a mesocyclone, and it is kind of tight, but the outbound winds aren't really favoring any sort of extensive development.
Severe thunderstorm warning for Lubbock, Lynn County in Texas for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 2-inch size hail. So if you live over there, you guys need to also take your precautions.
That is until 6:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Fairly strong and fast-moving cell. So, okay. Alright. What do we got with this tornado warned thing?
One thing I do want to mention, in Jefferson County, Missouri, there has been reports of flash flooding out and around there, just 1 mile northeast of Victoria. So if you live over there, you guys are dealing with some flash flooding. So turn around, don't drown. You don't want to take any precautions when it comes to flooding.
And seek higher ground if possible to get away from any rising waters that could be imminent.
Ooh, new severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible for Carson, Gray, Hutchinson, and Roberts County until 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time in Texas.
Huh. Okay.
So I'm assuming that's a counterpart to the actual tornado warning storm, right?
I'd assume so. Yes. Gray County is where the tornado warning is, and the tor possible is including Gray County. So I assume it's for that same storm. Yeah, it does not look impressive on velocity at all. I wonder if Spectrum Width say anything at all. Spectrum Width says the same thing. It looks decent on reflectivity. It looks alright.
Could be better, could be worse.
I definitely see why they warned it, but I feel like this would deserve a warning later, not now yet.
I'm gonna take a look at that storm in Colorado for you, because I know that you got some range folding issues over there.
No, it's gone at this point.
Oh, it's gone completely? Okay.
Yeah.
What I probably will do then is I'll take a 3D, see if I can find an inflow notch in there.
Okay.
Obviously the stream won't be able to see it, but I will at least try and dissect this as best as I can.
So I'm now getting...
Do you have ZDR on a radar scope? I completely forgot.
I don't think so, no.
Okay. Well, ZDR typically measures rain moving up towards the higher parts of the storm. So if you were thinking of it from like surface to like upper levels of the thunderstorm, and it shows that there's barely any in and around there, meaning that there isn't an updraft, or at least a strong one around the storm. So it's
Hmm.
basically, in my opinion, just gusting out. It'll probably be some sort of like wind risk,
Yeah.
but could theoretically still go tornado warned in and around that area. So keep in mind.
Hmm.
I don't even see an inflow notch on this thing. I think it's more of a wind
Correlation
risk in my.
coefficient says there could be something in there, but I think that's a hail spike too because there is hail associated with these storms. Um,
I don't
so
think the correlation coefficient matches up with the actual
it
velocities,
doesn't
anyways.
now.
So, I mean,
The
there could be
velocities
some
are
sort of
once again
inflow.
starting to broaden, so that's something to keep in mind. New severe thunderstorm warning for Rockingham, the city of Martinsville specifically, and Henry County in south central Virginia and north central North Carolina. That is in effect until 7:45 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. For 60
I
mile an
do want
hour
to.
wind gusts and $5 sized hail.
I do want to mention on that storm in Colorado. The radar is actually looking up 10,000 feet up in the sky on that. So the velocities up that high will
Might
most
not be
certainly be a
accurate.
lot.
Might
Yeah,
not
it
be
might not be
accurate.
accurate as to what all is happening at the surface. So definitely a lot stronger up as you go higher in the storm.
Mm.
Oh, what is this?
Um,
Um, I do want to mention real quick as well with the tornado warning in Gray County in Texas. It does seem as if it has shifted a bit more to the right than I further expected. So the rotation will be crossing over State Route 70 probably in about. Actually, give me a second. That's not. Okay, so that'll probably be crossing State Route 70 in Texas in about 15 minutes. So
And I'd
people
like
around
to add
there.
on to that. If you take a look at the velocities, although the inbound winds seem to be weakening, the outbound winds seem to be strengthening. Excuse me. So we could potentially be talking about maybe a QLCS tornado potential. It's not very evident at this particular moment, especially considering how not QLCS the storm is. But the rotation could be favoring that, so that is something to keep in mind.
Let's have an inflow notch on 3D. I do want to mention that.
All right. New severe thunderstorm warning for Butler County and Crenshaw County in south central Alabama. That is in effect until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Um,
So another thing that I want to mention on the tornado warning storm, the rotation, granted, is still somewhat weak. It spans up to about 28,000 feet up in the sky. So it's a
yeah,
class. It's a typical cell, probably embedded within the line.
it
But
needs time. Like I said, I think it could develop, but it's not yet.
mhm, I agree.
So the severe thunderstorm warning for Baca and Las Animas in Colorado is about to go out of effect. I wonder if that'll get reissued. It might. Um, yeah, the radar site is 100 miles out from the actual cell, so there's that. Mm. We have two new severe thunderstorm warnings, one for Jasper and Jones County in Mississippi, excuse me, that is in effect until 7 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And another one in. Yikes, what was that? Another one in Wilcox County in central Georgia. That is in effect until 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That one is for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. And the other one is for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail.
I want to check out these storms in Kansas because we're getting reports of golf ball sized hail
Hmm.
with the ones in Kansas.
More baby cells.
Ooh. There actually could be something trying to form in Kansas. It's the current severe thunderstorm warning. It's the only one that actually looks decent. but they're actually the ecotops are above 50,000 feet, almost
In
51.
Stafford County.
Um, yeah, that's the only warning in Kansas
Yeah,
right now.
yeah. There's
It actually
definitely
has
a
some sort
couplet
of
right there.
rotation. Yep,
Um,
definitely could be something in and behind the line there.
New severe thunderstorm warning for that cell in Baca and Las Animas County in Colorado, in effect till 5:45 Mountain Daylight Time. There's no tornado possible tag with that, so that's something to keep in mind. And
Yep.
a new severe thunderstorm warning for what did I just scroll to? Rice, Ellsworth, and Barton counties in central Kansas. That is in effect until 7:15 Central Daylight Time. That has nothing to do with the cell on my screen right now. That has to do with... I don't know, actually. It's in Wichita, so it's around here. I'm just trying to take a look at this. Locations, impact include Great Bend, Illinois.
Let me take a look at the satellite on this on that storm real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's crazy. Golf ball size tail. For those who don't know how large golf balls are, which if you don't, then who the heck?
Find a golf ball.
Yeah. Those things are an inch and 3/4. I do want to mention the tornado warning for Gray County in Texas has now been allowed to expired and or canceled. So people around there probably will be seeing some gusty winds and some spotty.
Mm-hmm. Still going to keep an eye on it for potential development later. Is definitely something to keep in mind, as like Nate said, and like I was also saying, it's not particularly favorable for development just yet. Look at the new warning for Kansas. There are potentially 3 different spots of rotation with this. I'm seeing...
I'll take a look at that in a second.
Seeing one south of Great Bend, one southeast of Hoisington, whatever, and then the one near Hudson.
Of Great Bend is anticyclonic. Yeah, I think the one to the south of Great Bend, either that's an anomaly in the radar, or that's actually an anticyclonic rotation. Which I wouldn't be surprised for either or. And it does seem to actually span up somewhat decently in the atmosphere, so I mean, can't rule it out.
Keep an eye on it.
Yeah, it does seem to be, it actually spans up to almost 15,000 feet, so there could be something there, anticyclonic wise, but you know, I think the one that we're probably going to have to look out for the most is the one just to the north of Hudson. Which I don't think you can see Hudson on there. It's literally just the southernmost.
Yes, it can. I can see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. New frame. The anticyclonic thing you mentioned south of Great Bend just got significantly stronger. 70 and 40, which is cool.
Imagine if that thing of all things today produces a tornado.
Baby cell.
Oh boy. Stu Griffin, hello. Nate's #1 fan, hello. If you guys are new to this channel, by the way, feel free to give my man Morgan a subscription, because I believe he deserves it, and I think that he could actually do stuff along the way, so, you know, please do that.
I haven't been looking at chat at all.
I'm just kind of the guy that monitors everything. I'm not gonna be saying a lot of stuff. This is your show.
No worries. So Andrew's mentioning the thing in Illinois. I actually completely forgot about that. I apologize. But there was rotation with it at one point, and it has since died completely. Where was he saying? Quincy, Illinois. Quincy, Illinois. It's there. It's very broad, first of all. Second of all, it's not that strong. I'll keep note of it, but it's really not a concern at the moment. I'd say the thing of biggest concern is still the one in Bakken Las Animas, because it definitely still has the structure there to try and do something, and if it could get closer to a different radar, that would be very helpful. Although it's literally right in the middle of 4 radars, so or right in the hole between 4 radars that none of them can pick them up really well. Yikes.
Latest scan on the Kansas storm actually weakened a bit, so that's a good news. But it could try and recycle.
In Adams County in Illinois, there's the radar scope identifies it as a mesocyclone. That is the saddest mesocyclone I've ever seen. It's so sad. There's literally nothing on spectrum width. That's so sad. Rips in chat for the mesocyclone north of Adams County in Illinois.
My goodness. They got so many rooms from IEMBot up right now. Probably
Really?
the reason why. Yeah, dude, I literally have what? I've now got 12. I can already assume I'm going to be hearing a plethora of dingings for the rest of
Well, there's one I just heard. And, yeah, new severe thunderstorm warning for Glasscock County in Texas, Mitchell County in western Texas, Howard County in western Texas. That's in effect until 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 1-inch hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts.
Hold up.
Yeah?
I want you to go down to KDFX all the way down in Texas. It's just going to be to the west of San Antonio. Alright?
KDFX.
And I want you to look prior to just to the west of Eagle Pass. If it can load relatively quickly, you won't regret it.
Where is Eagle Pass? I apologize.
Eagle Pass is south of KDFX.
Just south of the radar?
Uh-huh.
Oh, geez. That could do the thing.
I know.
Huh.
That,
Thank you for pointing that out. That's going to be interesting to watch develop. If it does develop further, Actually, it is in the process of developing. It's actually starting to look nice. And I would like just to mention real quickly, flash flood warning for Rawls County in Missouri, Pike County in Missouri. That's in effect until 12:15 a.m. Central Daylight Time for 1 to 2 inch an hour rainfall. So that is, again, torrential rainfall occurring with the storm. Seek higher ground if you can. And don't drive through flooded roadways, because that's just a quick way to lose $30,000.
you were looking at the same storm that I was talking about. I don't think you were looking at the storm that I was talking about. It's in Mexico.
It's in Oh, that thing. Oh, okay. Okay. It's about to cross the border soon, too.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. It looks mental. Let's put it this way.
Spectrum width, anybody? Wow, the spectrum width is... That could do the thing! Does anyone have a site for Mexico weather alerts or whatever? Because I don't have any
They have
idea.
weather alerts, and I don't think they even have radars either. I think they just like hank it. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Look outside. Are there clouds? No. Okay, good. Carry on with your day.
One thing I do want to mention, the severe thunderstorm warning for Stafford County in Kansas now has a tornado possible tag.
It does. Okay. It's something to keep in mind. We have 3 new severe warnings in Texas. One of them I already read out. The other one for Kent and Garza County, I've read those names several times in the past week. That's in effect until 7:15 Central. And also for Armstrong, Carson, Gray, and Donley counties, that's in effect until 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
Yeah, Morgan, I actually wouldn't be surprised if this is on the ground.
If it does the thing.
I wouldn't be surprised if this actually was on the ground.
Is there a new frame? Because I'm not getting a new frame.
It's so. Let me tell you this, okay? You've seen the spectrum width, right? And how it's like
It's hitting
concealed
30s.
within-
It's hitting 30s, yeah.
Yes. Okay. Well, whenever we can already assume this is high precipitation with how much rain is around there. So I took a look at the ZDR, and
Oh, new frame. That looks
It looks
Okay.
It looks interesting, but that's not exactly how I provide my evidence here. So the ZDR, as I've mentioned, measures rain moving up into the storm, moving up higher.
I
Typically,
use
when you
echo
see a
tops for
donut-
that. If I
Typically, when you see a donut hole, which by the way, ZDR is just mainly for updraft, so that's when I look for that. When you see a donut hole, it usually means that you have some sort of forcing moving down.
and there's a big
And you
donut
have
hole.
The rain, and you literally have rain wrapping around the entire storm. So I actually wouldn't be surprised. This kind of actually looks similar to how I was discussing the Bassfield and Stoso tornado, of how the ZDR literally just formed a donut hole. And there
Yeah, I
was literally
wasn't
some-
here in this community at that point.
Oh my goodness gracious. Don't
The-
even ask what's happening on other YouTubers' live streams right now.
What?
David just put up, he literally pulled up a bunch of GIFs and stuff like that of like the subscription.
He
and,
did
like,
that
the like
earlier.
button and
He
stuff
did that
like
right at the
Yeah,
beginning.
but I didn't see that at all, and he did it again, and I'm like, what is this?
I only plug if I'm extremely bored or if I'm at the end of the stream. And usually, I just speak. The GIFs are pointless.
Yes, it's a person that does things. It is Morgan featured Nate. Jeez, echo tops go up to 55,000 feet on that storm. If that actually
I caught
does
56.
cross over, 56, so that's even taller.
And I can very distinctly see a hook in higher precipitation on radar surrounding the whole storm. If I could get a new velocity frame, that'd be fantastic. And it is coupled and probably doing the thing.
It's probably.
And it's about to cross the border into Texas soon. So,
Oh boy.
so probably El Indio, Rosita South. I don't know if you understand English, but get inside.
Hold up. Casa necesita
Okay.
means new house.
Okay. Also, Dodge City has issued a tornado warning for northeastern Stafford County in south central Texas. That is in effect until 7:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Located near Hudson, so that thing is actually
That's the
getting
thing that we were
warned.
talking about.
Yep.
That's the thing that we were talking about.
tornado and 2-inch hail are the threats. We also have a severe thunderstorm warning for Dodge and Bleckley, that's a stupid name, in central Georgia. That's in effect until 8:15 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And another warning For Lynn, Lubbock, and Crosby counties, that's in effect until 7:30
What?
p.m. Central.
Oh
What
my
am I
goodness.
missing?
It's this rotation is really dead. I don't think you understand how dead it.
The one near Hudson.
Yeah, I'm questioning as to why it took them this long to
It's
issue.
either the National Weather Service is asleep or they're late to the party, and they were too late to the party this time.
They may have saw something or had someone on the ground say like there might have been a funnel cloud or something like that. I'll stare at the IEM bot if there was anything there, but I
Let me check what the tornado
honestly
warning says.
it says radar indicated.
Yeah,
It's
2-inch
pretty
hail is a
confusing.
thing though, so definitely keep that in mind.
Yeah.
MPing reports are through the frickin' roof as well.
I have a proposition for you at the end of the stream, Morgan.
All right,
It's actually more or less a gift.
the gift. All right. Also, just mentioning, flash flood warning for Harrison County in central Kentucky until 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time for, again, 1 to 2 inches per hour rainfall. So, seek higher ground if you can.
You know what's interesting, actually?
Hmm?
The tornado warned storm for Hudson, the reason why it isn't doing well right now is because a thunderstorm literally formed to its south and east, and it's blocking all of the inflow.
So
So now if
it's just hoarding it to itself.
yeah, more or less, if this thunderstorm actually blocks all the inflow, it could both of them could actually merge and they could
The
become one giant cell, and the one down to the bottom to the south and east
no,
could become the dominant
then it would be a
cell
chonky
after some
boy
time.
cell.
You're telling me.
Also, the anti-cyclonic rotation near Great Bend actually.
It's
Uh,
still doing something, I gotta say. And it actually has decent echo tops around that specific area. So it might sustain for quite some time.
mm-hmm.
While you're looking at that storm, I'm gonna
The
go
echo
back to
tops on the
Texas.
tornado warning storm are also 55k, so that's
Hmm.
very good.
What I'm actually probably gonna do is I'm gonna buy a radar scope for myself on here, just so I can have like, you know, other products that could like read
Yeah, it's not
specific.
that much. I eventually, the reason I got radar scope on my laptop is I eventually just decided to stop looking at the 5-inch screen on my phone when I was trying to analyze tornadoes. That just got old very, very quickly, so I just threw $30 to my parents and said I'm buying it. Um,
Actually, my laptop doesn't have radar scope, but it has GR level 3, which is it's a poor man's GR2. It doesn't have the 3D and stuff, but it loads the data in rather quickly, due to the fact that it has lower resolution. So I typically bring my laptop whenever I storm chase. As long as I have some sort of internet, um, I just use that the entire time, and it actually does pretty well. I'm
if
giving
you
you
get a
a look
newer
right now.
laptop, you could actually probably when you if you get the money for it, we should raid your super chat. If you get the money for it, you should get a um one one of those Dell XPSs that have the graphics card integrated, and then you could probably run GR2 if you wanted to on that.
I could, but at the same time, if you think of it this way, there are some areas to where the internet is, if I were to run a
Crap.
hotspot, it's the service is quite scarce and it could be, you know, pretty bad for myself. So GR3 is just pretty nice to just load data in rather quickly than other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You're not missing much with the cell in Texas.
And people, for the record, the thing that I mentioned, that I keep mentioning, is a tornado. Because the
And
rotations
liquid
get
fury.
close and tight, and they're cyclonic as opposed to the one in Kansas.
Honestly, you know what might be happening with that storm in Texas? It might be trying to cycle. and the one inside the actual the one inside with all the precip where it's high precip
Yeah.
might be getting chewed off, and the one to the north, actually in the inflow notch, might be trying to strengthen.
Mm-hmm.
I obviously can't say that for sure, but it looks like within the past few scans that that's actually been most likely what has been happening.
All right. Someone in my chat said Mexico Storm wants to go into the U.S. illegally.
Of course, it's Joe that says that. I keep mentioning way back when. I don't think it was like streams way back when. It was just like stuff in general where I was just like, "Yo, these cells are crossing over the border illegally. We need to tell them to go away."
Legal
And
immigration.
well, literally, there was this one cell that had over 62,000 feet with like 4-inch hail on maximum expected hail size, and literally was just like chugging on through. It went through Del Rio and caused like a lot of damage.
Look at the
when it comes to
Mexico
hail.
Storm. What just happened to it?
Yeah, one thing I want to mention too is that take a look to the northern part of the winds moving towards the radar.
Mhm.
There might actually be some sort of secondary rotation where it just tries to like recycle. But other than that, what also might be happening is it may be just gusting out and the updrafts kind of just failed to maintain.
Mm-hmm. And maybe the border officials saying, no, you can't come here.
Literally nuked the storm.
Jessica says it turned into an animal on 4 legs.
Nuke the updraft.
Yeah. It
Sounds
may
like
be
something
trying to
you would do.
recycle because the outbound winds just completely died as well. So just keep an eye on it. Just keep an eye on that. Yeah, that Kansas cell is dead. Why? Excuse me. Why did it get warned? Issue a severe thunderstorm warning if hail is going to be the main threat. And there already is one, so you didn't... Not that tough.
I'm gonna take a 3D of that Kansas storm. I want to see the spectrum width and upper levels. Actually, just like in general. There doesn't actually seem to be a lot of forcing, except for, ironically, the anti-cyclonic rotation.
Yeah, that's a thing.
I'm not joking you. I think the worst rotation that we have seen today
Is
something
from that.
It's literally an abnormality in meteorology, and it's literally what's causing havoc right now. I wouldn't be surprised something goes on there. There's actually Wichita continues a severe thunderstorm warning for Barton, Ellsworth, and Rice County.
Okay.
And it has a tornado possible tag on it, and it's ironically the cell that is anti-cyclonic. It's hilarious. The funny thing too is that it's inflow dominant. It could sustain for quite some time, as I have mentioned. Oh boy.
We got a new we got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Scurry County in western Texas. That's in effect until 7:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
The new mesoscale discussion. I'm gonna take a look at that so that we can continue to
60 mile per hour wind gusts and quarter size hail are the two main threats. Do this, do that, do that again. Okay.
sickle-shaped photograph, basically meaning that it's not something could form, but it's very unlikely. Usually when they're sickled shape, it's like a very sharp It's almost like a right angle that you would typically see in math class.
If something does form out of that, I will do my EAS voice on stream.
But they're actually, I think the meso discussion, what they're talking about, um, actually no, I can't see the meso discussion, but there is a meso discussion for the storms that would be crossing the border around Eagle Pass, and they said that an isolated tornado can't be ruled out, but the photographs are so trash that nothing probably is going to happen. It'll just
Uh-huh.
mainly be hail and wind.
Yeah.
Talk,
See
see
you
you later.
later.
Thanks for coming out.
We both stopped.
Yeah.
Nice.
Have
Have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Maverick County in Texas. That's in effect until 7:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. This is tornado possible.
Broyles actually gave out this meso discussion.
Titty.
What in the world is this? Hold up.
So what county is it? Maverick.
I want to take a look at something real quick. So if you don't mind me, I'm literally going to be kind of off topic a little bit, but
Yeah, no worries.
there's something that I actually want to see. And if it actually does what I think it's going to do, I'm probably just going to like quit meteorology forever.
Go back to Fortnite.
No. You know the 2% risk down in Florida?
Yeah.
There is literally a storm that could quite possibly do that, except for the fact that the warning, the special marine warning says it's just for 34 knot gusts. But I do believe that that could possibly do something. The counterparts around it, I literally think that there probably should be a tornado warning relatively soon. Mainly just for these cells that are going across the Keys.
Mm-hmm. Where?
The likelihood of 1 out of 16 people in your stream being from the Keys is very unlikely. So
Yeah.
that's the reason why I say it's a bit off.
Tyler's
topic, but at
from
the same
Naples,
time,
so there's that.
if you know anyone who lives around the Keys, especially like big,
I
big
have
cotton
friends that
Keys,
live up near Tampa, but
that's too far north.
yeah.
Especially around United States 1, you
I
guys need
can't
to definitely
find
take
this
your
warning.
precautions.
Where is this warning? Northern Maverick County in south central Texas. Why can I not find...
Oh, let's just get the crap out of me. Not going
Fayette,
to lie.
Scurry, Travis.
There's the meso discussion right
Oh, okay. Apparently, new tornado warning for Clay and Knuckles County in south central Nebraska.
there. Yo, this is confirmed.
What is this?
This is confirmed. It's a Landspout. It's literally a Landspout.
Let's give a round of applause for the National Weather Service in Hastings.
Can you imagine? As I said before with the anticyclonic rotation, I said, can you imagine if this is the only tornado that forms?
Again.
Now I'm gonna say this again. Can you imagine if this is the only tornado that forms? A freaking Landspout.
I'm going to...
Like all day, literally, especially with like some other weather streamers like hyping up this event to be like large, and then all of a sudden, literally the outcome is a Landspout.
The velocities are trash. What is this? Where is the tornado? Or the
Emergency
Landspout,
management
sorry.
Reported this thing. Emergency management reported this thing. I think it's definitely a Landspout. Some sort of like differential.
Hang on,
like,
I'm
pooling.
adding to my title Central Plains plus Landspout memes.
My
What is that?
What is
What are
happening?
the odds of that?
Oh my goodness.
That's the only thing we get out of today. I'm gonna be so sad.
I mean, Did I not say though that today wouldn't really be all too big? So far, it doesn't seem to be.
As opposed to David, who thinks there'll be 3-inch hail and 45% significant hail and 10% tornadoes.
I don't disagree, like to an extent with the hail. I think it'd be 30%. I don't disagree with like the size sounds about right, but it's not going to be like widespread across the board like he thinks it's going to be. As for the tornadoes, it literally said there's going to be a 5% tornado threat. There probably should have been like 0.
2 is pushing it, I think.
2 I can accept. 5 is literally the range that I stream, and I'm not streaming.
Allow me to interject. The Baca County cell in Colorado has gone severe warned again.
I do want to mention there's a severe thunderstorm warning for Maverick County in Texas, and that just so happens to be the cell that's coming from Mexico.
Oh, that's where it is.
Yeah. Now, the one thing that I want to mention as well is that there's probably not going to be a tornado with this. I can guarantee you.
Yeah, it just died.
It's going to be a wind threat, as we said. So, prediction game on fleek, Morgan and I. Boom. Could recycle though, but I just don't think I do anything.
Yeah. The likelihood of that is pretty low.
Apparently, they're continuing the tornado warning in Stafford, Kansas. They still think that there's something on there.
The anticyclonic piece of crap that we...
Well, the anticyclonic thing isn't actually warned, but it has a tornado possible on it. Literally.
That might be for what's about to come in.
I highly doubt it, because I think this warning actually got warned before the tornado warning. What the... Wait, where is it? Oh, rip the anticyclonic rotation.
Up. Yeah, there it goes. Can we get rips in chat for the anticyclonic boy? Its life has been lost.
It could have done something. It could have
done great things.
It could have allowed me to laugh at literally every single other person.
It could have gotten me to do my EAS voice on live public stream.
I literally almost spit my lemonade out of my mouth. I completely forgot that you were going to do that if this formed. I gotta say, Echo Tops are kind of dead on the tornado warning storm, but there still is something. It just so happens that the cell that I was mentioning before that impeded its inflow has now decided to move faster than the actual tornado warning storm. So now it basically
look at the Kansas warning. The outbound winds are actually looking fairly strong at this point.
Yeah.
74 and 9 in the immediate perspective, maybe 10.
There's a little appendage, just a little one.
Spectrum Width say anything now. Spectrum Width says something. We could be talking about something here.
Could be some sort of hail in and around those areas.
Yeah, there's 1-inch hail, it says.
You want to know something funny? David right now is still talking about the Landspout, but he's trying to figure out as to why he can't see the Landspout on velocities.
Because it's a Landspout. Probably has 30-mile-an-hour winds.
Either that, or it literally is just some sort of cold pooling, and it's just not even associated
Leaf NATO
with
emergency.
It literally is just like...
Is he seriously wasting his time doing that?
He's literally complaining about why he can't see it on radar.
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is why you subscribe to Nate and I and not David Schlotthauer.
This tornado warning in Stafford County in Kansas has been canceled.
Oh, it has?
Yes. About time, I must say.
They were very
Multiple
late to the
reports of
party.
golf ball sized hail though on this thing. But
It
it
says
definitely does seem as if
1.25.
this thing is fizzing out. I actually kind of want to go see the Landspout now. I just want to. He's making me want to look at it. I'm not going to lie.
Don't
There
give
is
in.
something. I'm giving in. I'm sorry. I've lost it. I need to see this. This just to let you know, I basically do this. Like I typically have somebody's live stream in the background. Um, just for like competition
Mm-hmm.
and stuff like that. So if they say something, I just is like, oh well, this happened. But I also look at it for this reason too, mainly because of comedy like this. So I
New
don't know
severe
what's
thunderstorm
happening.
warning for Fremont County in central Colorado. That's in effect until 6:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time for the thing, or for that cell that I assume we've been tracking since stream started. Um,
Sharp surface boundary. So it literally formed along an outflow boundary.
it still looks the same as it did 45 minutes ago. It's
Give
still
me a
far
second.
away from every single radar in existence out there. Oh yeah, Nate, on a completely different topic.
Mm-hmm.
Um, do you follow the NHL at all?
I do, I do.
Did you see the 2014 play-in?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I'm a Rangers fan, so likely we're seeing the Hurricanes, who we've gone 4-0 against this season,
Oh yeah, that's
and
fun.
then we'd face the Capitals. Who do you root for at all?
Caps are my second favorite team. They used to be my favorite team way back when. But my favorite team now is the Blue Jackets actually, and we face the Leafs, which I believe we split. If not,
And if
we
the Leafs
went
beat
one
you,
and
they
two.
get Boston. Rips
Mm-hmm.
in chat.
Actually, a lot of people in Columbus actually now, because Boston kind of like I don't know, they just played really dirty with us, and we kind of lost to them last year. So we just basically want to like
Oh no.
we want to kill
Okay.
him.
We have a Flyers fan in chat. Dan the Weatherman is a Flyers fan.
Here, actually,
That
I'm gonna send you an image here. I've got a. Oh wait, never mind. Messed that up, didn't I? I was about to say I have a Landspout for you on Twitter, but I don't have that anymore.
I'm just gonna get this out of the way. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Union, Jackson, Perry, Cape in Illinois and Missouri. That is in effect until 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts and penny-sized hail. So,
God. You don't know what's funny, actually?
hmm?
With the color tables that I have, I can actually see the Landspout a little bit. I can actually see the velocities. If you
Print
want me
screen
to
it.
give you a dub,
Print screen it to
huh?
me.
Yeah.
That mesocyclone in Colorado still wants to go tornadic, but it's... I think it may have to do with the fact that it's so far away from radar that I can't see it too well. Even from this distance, it doesn't look half bad.
I'm trying to like draw arrows for you so that it'd be easily told on the stream. There we go. Radar only. Um, land.
We have two new severe thunderstorm warnings. One in Williamson and Travis County in south central Texas. That is in effect until
There you
um 8 p.m.
Oh
Central
my.
Daylight Time.
What the?
And another warning for Stafford County in south central Texas. That's in effect until 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. No tornado possible tag. No surprise there.
New mesa discussion out concerning out in front of the actual severe thunderstorm watch in Texas. They actually have a watch probability of 60%. So there could be a new severe thunderstorm watch out there. But I sent you the screenshot of the Landspout. It wasn't on correlation coefficient. I could see it on velocity.
I mean, it's there. It's like 20 miles an hour, but it's there.
It's terrible. Here, hold up. Let me give you a delta velocity of that actual screen.
If David is
34 knot
actually
delta
still
velocity.
mad
Oh no,
about
he is.
why,
He still is. He's still on it.
don't waste your breath.
After this, I'm gonna look at different. I'm gonna look at other stuff because I know you're looking at the stuff across the board right now. But I'm just literally messing around with this cell. Let's see, 12, 26. That is a 38 mile per hour delta velocity.
Guys, if I were the National Weather Service, I would be issuing a leaf NATO emergency at this point. This is a potentially particularly dangerous situation for all grass and weeds potentially in that area. So take your precautions to get out of that situation as soon as you can.
Oh my god. And then literally after staring at the Landspout and then like
Did you just find out it's a...
coming back to it. No, he literally just told everyone to subscribe and hit the bell and then went back to the Landspout.
I'm just gonna get this out. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for southwestern Pike County in west central Illinois, northeastern Rawls County in northeastern Illinois, northeastern Missouri, and what are the odds of having two Pike counties in the same severe thunderstorm warning? Northwestern Pike County and northeastern Missouri. That's in effect until 7:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
Don't do it. Oh my god,
Is he still looking at it?
He was literally debating on sending radar scope because he has the two different products, GR2 and radar scope up, which I'll have to like. I can see the point as to bringing in radar scope and stuff like that, but literally he was debating on bringing radar scope to the Landspout.
We just got 4 new severe warnings in 2 minutes.
Oh my god, what is happening?
Eh?
Literally, I'm getting so many notifications, including, by the way, the severe thunderstorm warning for Barton, Ellsworth, and Rice counties in Kansas still has a tornado possible tag on it. I'm literally getting everything's kicking off. This is why I need to get a new program. I'm gonna make one.
Here's the issue. So that severe warning in Colorado is about to go out of radar coverage. And even from the distance that we're at, it looks half decent. So...
The one in Colorado?
Yes.
Oh, what in the... Alright, I can't talk. I'm not gonna look at David anymore. I can't.
What is
I'm
this?
gonna lose my mind.
What is it?
I'll tell you practically every single thing that he's doing after the stream. But as for right now, you need to focus on this.
Yeah.
I'm gonna shut up because I have.
There goes the tornado warning in Nebraska, by the way.
Did they relieve that of its duties finally?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
The severe warning in Fremont County in Colorado actually looks pretty good. Not rotating, but looks pretty looks pretty strong.
Honestly, which GR2 can actually see further than radar scope. GR2 and GR3. So as I take a look at the cell that you were talking about in Colorado, it still seems to me as if it's kind of like massive wind risk.
Yeah,
With
look
no
at it on
tracks
just
whatsoever.
look at it on reflectivity. It's trying to wreck face
Oh
in terms of
yeah,
the
but
wind.
one thing that I do want to um, mention, I said that I had no updraft. I kind of lied a little bit. The furthest southernmost part of the cell, which is typically an area to watch for in general for any
It has a
cell,
mesocyclone now too.
it has an updraft.
So
And it isn't like a crappy updraft. It's a typical mental updraft.
so
So,
I'm gonna trust you to keep an eye on that because you said GR2 can look further, so I'll just leave you to that. This is about to go out of my range.
oh my God. Every single, yeah, that's it. I'm going to make a new program sometime within the next 2 weeks. I've got so much stuff that I need to do already, and this had to be one of them. Actually, you know what? No, I need to buy my new computer first.
Oh my god. We've had 7 new warnings in 4 minutes. I can't keep up
Oh,
with this.
hold up. Let me
Jeez.
count how many warnings, severe thunderstorm warnings there. There's 24.
Yeah.
There's 24
Like,
that, 10 flash flood warnings, and 2 special marine ones.
for a
Which, by
water
the
spout
way,
emergency.
is it really? Hold up. Give me a second.
Mm.
Uh, yeah, they seem to be gusty
Well, actually,
winds. It could be. Ooh.
the
Yeah,
cell
this could
outside
probably be.
of the cell in Colorado is about to enter Dodge City range, so I think we'll be okay. Just has to get a little closer. It'll inch its way there.
Good
Um,
enough.
what was I looking at? Oh,
Stuff
right.
seems to be pretty much like not functioning today.
Huh?
Stuff seems to be weather-wise not wanting to function properly. Had the anti-cyclonic rotation
404.
for quite some time. Yeah. Dude, can you imagine, like, literally along that boundary where the Landspout formed? Literally, the cloud formation formed a 404. And literally, just, like, the people staring above were like, I'm not sure the weather's supposed to do this.
Now that the tornado warning in New York City a few weeks back would be a good example. And then imagine there's just someone flying a plane above that has the. I saw it once on Pi Day. They were wrote out the numbers for pi, and it was ridiculous.
Hmm.
Um, I can't imagine how dizzy that makes you trying to do that.
I do want to mention they issued a new severe thunderstorm watch, but it's like a really small one, I believe.
Is it in relation to the mesoscale discussion thing you had mentioned?
Yeah, the one that had 60% watch probability. Yep, that was for the San Angelo area,
All
or at
right.
least with the jurisdiction. So I'm not sure about actually. Do I really have to add Dallas Fort Worth? Hold up, give me a second.
I mean,
Give me a second. If this continues into Dallas Fort Worth, then I
oh
have to.
Jesus. I'd like to mention real quickly. Um, there is a new flash flood warning for Rockingham County in North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Henry County in South Central Virginia. Until 2 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. We have up to 2 inches of rain have already fallen and 2 to 3 inch per hour rain rates. So that is extremely dangerous for anyone living in that area. Flooding is already going on or expected to begin shortly. So if you are in those areas, please be sure to seek higher ground and do not drive through flooded roadways. Um, that's just a very dangerous flash flood warning. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Garza County. Again, a name that I've said several too many times over the past few weeks.
Yeah, you have.
Until 7:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 2-inch hail and 60 mile per hour wind gusts.
Pretty sure if both of us got like $1 every single time we've said Garza, I'm pretty sure we would have like $50 to $60 at this point.
Yeah, just in this week, I think.
Mm,
Um. Okay, I need to
come
turn off
on, I
NPing
can't.
reports for the
I
time being
can't.
because they're in my way.
What is this lonely severe thunderstorm warning over in Georgia? What is it doing? Hold on, I gotta load
60
my
mile per
stuff.
hour wind gusts and quarter size hail. It's located over
Do you know
Polk.
what the interesting thing is? More is developing, and they probably will get stronger due to the fact that there's literally an outflow boundary across the board.
Mm-hmm.
Georgia might be starting to see something ramp up a little bit. I mean, it won't be like big boy storms, but
It
it'll
won't
be
be.
like annoying.
It won't be baby cell stuff. Well, it will be
No,
baby cell. The question is, how big will baby cell become?
there can only be one original 4.0.
Yeah.
Oh
Um.
boy. Bunch of reports of hail.
This cluster of severe thunderstorms in west central Texas is ridiculous.
Actually, you know what? You know what I'm gonna do? I haven't done this in a while. Ever since my birthday stream, I've always been like, "Oh, I can't copyright my videos." I can actually play music while I am discussing storms and not have anyone be copyrighted. I
Really?
can literally just play it. I can literally just play it on my end, have it on my headphones. You know, because obviously I'm not streaming, and it won't affect you in any way. Because I literally, for some reason, I do so much better with like some sort of music in the background, which is the reason why I play some sort of like
If I
EDM stuff every now and then.
I listen to music when I'm doing homework or some other type of work. I can't listen to music when I'm trying to speak because my two thought processes get tangled up in each other, and then I'll say something completely random and irrelevant.
Mm. If you play it really like quietly, you know, to where it's like in the background
Most of
just a
my
little bit,
songs
then you should be
require
fine.
loud audio though, which sucks.
Just play some sort of EDM stuff. That's typically what I do. Oh, so now there is a mezzo discussion
As a
concerning the
discussion.
severe thunderstorm watch in Colorado.
Really? Was
Actually, I
it?
want to take a look at all of these across the board. Hold up. You can continue to look at different storms.
Yeah.
Um, maybe even take a look at models. I don't know, but the models even say that nothing's gonna happen, so I don't think it's really too worth it.
Yeah. Landspout tornado. Great day so far.
Hold up. Actually, you know what I gotta do?
When a fellow weather streamer who is almost twice your age
Who? What? Where?
is when I'm just referencing David when he's trying to figure out why you can't see a landspout that is 30 miles an hour delta velocity on base velocity.
Well, actually, the one thing that I gotta say, this is the only props that I will give myself, is that I believe my color table actually, for base velocity is like really good. Like
Yeah.
I actually enjoy it,
Yeah, it looks
a
distinct.
lot. And like you'll be able to like match it up with like the specific scaling on the side. You know, if you every now and then take a look at the left side, there's like scaling across the
Mhm.
board. And so,
All
like,
right.
people could take a look at it and be able to differentiate.
Yeah. What I'm actually going to do is I am going to take out my face cam for a little bit because I have food in front of me that I'm just letting sit here and I want to take care of that. And eating in front of camera to me is rude, so I'm not going to do that.
Aww.
Uh,
So you gotta be the typical streamer that says, hey, you're along for the ride with me, and that includes dinner time.
yeah. You do it
That's
because
what
you
I do.
stream for frickin' 12 hours sometimes. How long was
Okay, you're
how
not
long was
wrong.
yesterday's at the end?
11 and a half.
11 and a half.
Yeah. And like literally 2 hours was like absolutely nothing and just me trying to prove my point as to why baby cell would be a thing. Literally though, I gotta say, last night I was starting to lose hope due to the fact that there was a tornado watch for like northwestern parts of Kansas. But literally, there was so much capping there that nothing functioned, and I
You
was
looked
just like
so happy
really
when the
sad.
first severe warning went out.
Dude, literally, as soon as I realized that the thunderstorms would initiate due to the fact that the heating at around 700 to 850 millibars would like cease and it would be a lot cooler and add more cape, I lit up like a Christmas tree. And as soon as the warning popped off, I said, Chat, I predicted this a week and a half in advance, and I feel amazing. And is OKC going to get hit by rain today? I don't think OKC will be hit in general. I mean, they'll probably get hit in the morning, honestly.
um, right now, OKC has literally nothing around it. I
Yeah,
mean,
honestly, I think OKC is kind of like probably not going to do as much
I
for
mean,
for quite some time.
looking at the radar, we do have the several rain bands that are moving through the Texas Panhandle right now. So depending on whether or not those hold up, you might see some rain very early morning. We'd have to see how that would work. But likely nothing too bad tonight at all. Jeez, that cell in Colorado is a chonky boy on reflectivity. Jeez. New severe thunderstorm warning for Medina, Zavala, and Frio County in Texas counties. That is in effect until 8:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And we also have a new warning for Kent, Dickens, Garza, and Crosby counties. That is in effect until 8:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and quarter-sized hail. Mm. Jessica says, "You look like a kid in a candy store after baby cell formed."
Boy. Like a kid in the candy store after a baby cell formed. Yeah, I did.
Mm-hmm.
David's literally talking about how to look at soundings right now, and I'm like,
SMH.
why? Actually, I didn't see fully as to what he was talking about, but I'm gonna listen to it.
Because why not?
This dude is, I'm going to lose it. Oh my god.
Those North Carolina storms are moving slower than tourists. Yeah, I know. I think that's what prompted the flash flood warning. Let me find it here.
No, are you kidding me?
Look at these
I can't.
tracks. East at 3 knots. Northeast at 9 knots. West-southwest at 7 knots. Like, that's what's prompting this, and this. And that, too. What were you saying, Nate? Sorry, I cut you off.
can't handle this anymore.
Eh?
It's what David's doing with this
Oh.
sounding presentation.
David Schlotthauer. I did not want to do that. So that storm in Colorado refuses to die. We have a new warning for it for Fremont and Pueblo counties. That is in effect until 6:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. It just won't die. And velocities are also saying the same thing, but it doesn't seem to want to develop anything really at all. Mm. I'm trying to remember what the conversion from knots to miles per hour is again. Isn't it knots times 1.15 equals miles per hour, I think?
Like 1.5 something, I believe. Yeah.
So that'd be almost 30-ish. Oh. Okay. I misspoke. That is something completely different than what I thought it was. Fremont and Pueblo counties.
It's gonna be contaminated.
Huh? 1.25.
Oh.
Lol, poor baby cells in North Carolina getting sucked into the main line. Oofs. I think I picked the perfect time to eat because nothing's really happening.
He agrees with me that tomorrow is gonna be pretty bad.
Tomorrow?
About to be pretty interesting. Also, kind of the reason why I'm not streaming today.
Saving your energy?
Yeah, that, and I also had like streamed for 5 days straight. And I kind of wanted to spend time with my family. Seems how my sleep schedule makes it so that I can't see them in the morning, and I could barely see them in the evening. So
Uh-huh.
decided to do something with them today, like plant some plants and flowers and stuff like that. Do yard work.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty nice. And it just so happens that today I wasn't going to be doing anything anyways. I was just like, I could just sit back for a little bit.
What are you talking about? There was a Landspout that David Schlotthauer treated very What would be a good word for that? Very.
He pampered to the best of his abilities. What is all of these? Okay, there's absolutely no tornado possible warnings at the moment, except
Yeah.
for yeah, no, absolutely nothing. But there is a new severe thunderstorm warning
Yep.
over
For that cell in Baca County
that.
that
Yeah,
won't
I'll take a
die.
look at that. I'll take a look at that.
I'm looking at it right now, and the velocity is still. It still wants to do something. Huh.
Atlanta will probably see some severe thunderstorms in and around the night. You guys might get some spotty hail, maybe some gusty winds, but no tornado potential at all, Dexter. So you'll be fine. Mention that if any of you guys are new to Morgan's channel, feel free to leave a like and subscribe because he does a really exceptional analysis, in my opinion, for his age, and he's got a lot of time to improve his craft before college happens. So
Yeah,
yeah.
before that's a thing.
Oh, when your chat is dying.
Mm.
Part of me wants to get
Bro
mods so
moment
that
for
whenever
me.
I'm on, I can just do stuff.
Dominic says, bro moment for me. In Georgia, we got SVR earlier for my county, and then it did something for 10 minutes, and then it went sunny. So here's the thing. I had a severe thunderstorm warning in my part of New Jersey few weeks back, and what it ended up being was, I think, 5 or 10 minutes of rain and pea-sized hail, and that was it. And the power went out momentarily, too. Oh, yeah, jokes. It was lightly raining last night, and if you were in Voice Unlimited around 7 o'clock or so in Nate's Discord server, my power went out from light rain. And there was no wind either. Uh, it was stupid.
New York. New York and New Jersey, really, actually. Matter of fact, just the New York metro area, New York City metro area. Welcome to that.
Uh-huh.
You guys always get complications somehow.
Yeah, tornado warning in New York City. When do you ever see that? In fact, it ended up producing a confirmed waterspout on the Long Island Sound, which was interesting.
What's interesting about the cell in Colorado is that it's borderline both parameters of either wind or possibly tornadic. I think it's wind. I think it's a wind.
As
I
of
think
right
it's
now, I
still
think it's
gusting
wind.
out. Yeah, I think it's still gusting out, but as of right now, if I take a look at the spectrum width, you can see that it's spread out across the board. It's not, but you can also see right around where the possible rotation could be. It's also around there too, which is like the
Yeah.
reason why I'm very, very hesitant on this.
That's something to keep. That's something we've been keeping an eye on since the beginning of the stream 1.5 hours ago.
Yeah. No tornado probably today. I mean, there was one earlier, but that was a Landspout. So if you don't count Landspouts, probably not. Which is the reason why I didn't stream today. I feel like, you know, obviously, for the larger channels and stuff like that on YouTube, Cough, cough, David. If you're going to live stream, then try and do the events that actually will impact people, especially when it comes to tornadic systems. Hail happens, a dime a dozen. So it's not really that serious, and it's also really boring to talk about because, it's hail.
It's
It
literally
does
ice
its
falling
thing.
from the sky. There's really nothing else
Yes.
to it.
Tornadoes are so rare, and it catches the people's attention. And it's one of those things where, you could actually keep people watching if something tornadic happens in and around that area. But if you stream every single event
It's,
that happens,
it's just gonna get boring.
it's going to get boring for yourself. As Morgan could probably attest to sometimes, where there isn't like anything going on and he's just like, oh, why am I doing this? Something like that. And believe me, I felt that too. I felt that in the beginning you know,
Mm-hmm.
way back when I thought some stuff would be good and they just weren't. But, you know, it's just, you have to pick your spots. And, it just so happens
Yeah.
that David hasn't, and he's been streaming every single one.
That's one, a waste of his time.
Yeah.
Two, more opportunity for him to tell fake information about like 5% tornadoes today to the public. Why even bother? That's my question.
City gets severe again. I went crazy. This sounds about right. By the way, how do you feel about being 11 subscribers away from a hundo?
I haven't even been paying attention to it, quite honestly.
Let's get him up to 100 people. Let's do it.
Appreciate the support if you guys have stopped by, liked, or subscribed.
Oh boy.
I'm going to read it out. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for, guess the counties, Nate.
It couldn't quite possibly be Garza.
Kent County and Garza County in northwestern Texas. That is in effect until 8:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
My God, I'm done.
Money.
Penny-sized hail, flood advisories, all sorts of stuff. Oh boy. What in the world? Hold up, I gotta see this real quick. Um, I am
Yeah,
quite confused.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my God, that is clickbait and a half. I can't.
Nate, just take a look at, for a second, at the severe warning for Scurry County. Take a look at that. Take a look at the very northeastern tip of that.
Yeah, I'll take a look.
Could we be talking about rotation there? There might be something in that.
The one thing about it is that the one thing bad about radar scope is that it doesn't de-alias their velocities, so it could be either or. But until I see in GR2 as to whether or not it could be happening, there could be actually some general rotation. Nothing too organized right now, but there could definitely be something right within there.
Yeah.
Actually, there is a decent updraft in and around there, so you could quite possibly do something.
Did you
and then the
3D
one thing
it?
I also want to point out is that you see all that range folding right below it?
Uh-huh.
I got a scan here with the velocities actually being really interesting. Some inbound and outbound velocities showing some cyclonic rotation inside the range folding. So you can't actually see it, but I can.
Mm-hmm.
But if I were to look for the rotation, actually that might... Nah. If you were to look further north, that's what I would be looking for. You see the giant red spot and then the greens like to the top of it.
Yep.
That would be where I would be looking for when it
That's
comes
where I
to
am.
the actual rotation.
Right in here, folks, Gulks, excuse me, is where we could be talking about
Kinda.
some rotation.
That's an area to watch, but also if you go north, If you see the darker red where it's at a larger spot,
Yep, up here.
if you draw an area that's moving away, and then yeah, right there is where I'm looking at as well.
Drop
That
right
area
in here.
actually probably has a better chance than all the other ones.
Yeah. We
Due to the
have
fact that
a
it's-
new severe thunderstorm warning for Armstrong, Wheeler, Carson, Gray, Collingsworth, and Downley counties, all in Texas. That is in effect until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. The new scan just completely went kaput there. And we also have a severe thunderstorm warning for Cheyenne County in Colorado, Kit Carson County in Colorado until 7:15 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. Mountain Daylight Time. It lists these storms as very dangerous. Hazard, 80 mile per hour. You scared the shit.
Sorry. Sorry to interrupt. I was just coming to check and see what Armageddon was reading.
The hazard is 80 mile per hour wind gusts and penny size hail, and it is possible for hail accumulation to occur with these storms. And the source is the public. So
You got company back there, Morgan?
yeah, my mother just walked up behind me and just oh. My heart is still just
It's still pounding?
don't do that.
What?
I looked at a separate radar just to see if that range folding thing was an abnormality, and they confirmed that it was. So the area that I was talking about, the one where the giant red and then the giant green, literally on the border of the warning boxes,
Yeah.
that is the actual rotation, and the one with like the high wind profiles and stuff like that, those like confined to like a couple pixels, that's an abnormality.
Yes. Also, take a look at the new severe warning for Kit Carson and Cheyenne counties in Colorado. It looks interesting. There's definitely some potential for maybe some rotation in that.
Oh! New severe thunderstorm warning for Crosby, Dickens, Garza, and
Hey!
Kent County Inspector. But get this, all right? Has been given a tornado possible tag.
Okay.
I believe that's the cell that we were looking at.
Let me see this.
I've
Just
got-
gotta look for the word Garza inside of these warnings. Here we are.
Garza. No. Actually, that's the one further north. Hold up. That's the giant box that.
The one I was looking at is in
been
Scurry
tilted.
County.
Yeah, the one that they're talking about is the furthest northern warning. Ooh, there is. Look to the west of Spur.
Oh, right in there, yeah. That's actually pretty strong right in there. We're looking at 39 or 36 on top of around 50. So that could potentially be a spot to watch for tornadic development. Anyone in there should definitely know where their safe space is for potential tornado development, especially Spur. If you live near or in Spur, you guys need to know where your safe space is if this potentially develops. I better finish eating too.
That's the final answer. Oh, what is he talking about? These little circuit things.
May I also add there is a flash flood warning now for Bandera, Medina, Real, and Uvalde counties in Texas. Here are the precautionary preparedness actions. The impact is life-threatening flash flooding, creeks, streams, urban highways, streets, and underpasses. Precautionary actions: turn around, don't drown. When encountering flooded roads, most flood deaths occur in vehicles. Excessive runoff from heavy rainfall will cause flooding of small creeks and streams, country roads, farmland, and other low-lying spots. In hilly terrain, there are hundreds of low water crossings which are potentially dangerous in heavy rain. Do not attempt to cross the flooded roads. Find an alternate route. Flash flood warning means that flooding is imminent or occurring. If you are in the warned area, move to higher ground immediately. Residents living along streams and creeks should take immediate precautions to protect life and property. So we got some potentially dangerous flash flooding going on there. We have a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning for north central Jewell County in north central Nebraska. Southwestern Knuckles County in south central Nebraska. And southeastern Webster County in south central Nebraska. That's until 8 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Tornado possible on that. So, correct me if I'm wrong here, Radar, but I think we're talking about the thing that was tornado warned earlier.
It better not. I just gotta say. Okay. Ooh. You actually should probably take a look at it. You actually, in my honest opinion, yeah. No. It's the yeah. If you zoom in, it's right on the border of Kansas and Nebraska. Right on the border. It's that little It's that hail.
Near Superior.
It's not warned right now on your screen, but it's warned on my screen. It's right there that you're looking at.
Superior. Around here.
Yeah, it's Superior.
Yeah, it's right here.
Take a look at a reflectivity presentation.
So there's a thingy there. There's a definite hook there, and there's the new warning.
What? Why?
That is interesting. For sure. So you guys can see there's definitely a hook forming right in there. I'm going to finish what I'm eating so I can get on my face cam again.
It's just literally his viewers are telling him that it's possible tornado. It's not himself.
Really?
Yeah. Oh boy. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, but I mean, just nothing deranged from no talent. There's a bunch of reports from Dodge City's National Weather Service of more golf ball sized hail from the storm in Clark County. Let's see. I want to see something. I'm really curious. He said that the lapse rates were like 8.1 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not doubting that they are, but I want to check to see, if that's kind of true. So let's use the NAM 3K because they love to overhype things. Which, by the way, in the name we trust.
Sometimes.
So not dissing. Well, except for yesterday. Literally, for the past 4 days, I had to go against the NAM.
Yesterday was not good at all.
Let's put it this way. In the NAM, you trust with your own discretion.
Your own discretion. New severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern Russell County in central Texas. That's in effect until...
Okay, yeah, the lapse rate's
8:30 p.m. Central. It's for this thing.
They're still pretty big.
And we are back on Facecam. So...
Your food. Seems legit. Oh, what is that? What is that? I'm very confused as to what this cell is actually trying to do. The one on the border of Nebraska and Kansas.
Oh my goodness. Allow me to interject. I'm pulling away from these storms for a minute, but I'm going to read out exactly what I've just read. The National Weather Service has extended the flash flood warning for the city of Martinsville in south central Virginia, northwestern Henry County in south central Virginia, south central Franklin County, in west central Virginia until 6:45 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time tomorrow. This is important here. At 8:26 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Emergency Management reported several evacuations in the Bassett area of Henry County. Up to 3 inches of rain have already fallen and flash flooding is occurring. Stages along the Smith River are rising rapidly, with the stage of the USGS Bassett gauge at a stage of 12.5 feet, the highest since 1987. Numerous small tributaries in Henry County are also flooding at this time. So, a very dangerous situation could be unfolding currently near the city of Martinsville in Virginia. That'll be something I keep an eye on. Flash flood damage threat is labeled as considerable. So, anyone, if you are in or near those areas, you definitely need to seek higher ground immediately. This is turning into a dangerous situation, dangerous flooding situation. My opinion, that could go emergency, potentially soon if the rain keeps falling. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Ford, Kiowa, Clark, all in Kansas. That is until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. For tennis ball-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts. The source is actually trained weather spotters. 7:36 p.m. Central Daylight Time, tennis ball-sized hail was reported in Minola. And the storm on the Kansas-Nebraska border is starting to lose its features. It's just in my opinion. What does Spectrum Lift say? That might be more helpful in the moment. It says there is something right in here. It could be potentially trying to form and start to spin up, but it's really hard to tell at this moment in time.
Waiting for the Storm Prediction Center to update their day one outlook.
Mm-hmm. Georgia's just chilling. Dominic says, David, if he knew his stuff, would be a good weather meteorologist. I think he knows his stuff. I think he's being very irrational about the severity of events. Well, actually, he may not know his stuff if he was spending several minutes trying to analyze why he couldn't find a Landspout on base velocity. That I don't know. That's his thing that he needs to sort out. Oh, here we go, Nate. We have a new tornado warning for Medina and Bandera County in south central Texas. That's in effect until 8:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. For radar indicated rotation, and it has not popped up yet, so I'll give it a minute.
Understands the functions of GR2. I'm being completely honest.
I don't think. Oh, here it is. Actually,
Next decent velocities. I'm
Huh?
not gonna lie. It's just to the north of Hondo. I'm not sure if you can see it yet, but it
The
actually has some
warning isn't
decent
up, but I'm looking
velocities.
at the spots. There are two different spots of
So
potential.
if you can find where Hondo is, um, it's let's see. Oh no, it's further north than you're looking up. Further north, much further north.
Is it this thing? Oh, it's
No, much
that.
further. No, much
Because that's
further
a
north.
spot to
Much.
watch too down here.
If you keep going north.
Yep.
Yep.
So that is a thing. 75
To
on
the
one
south looks
side,
really interesting as you were
25
looking
on
at
the
me.
other.
Yeah.
So nearly 100. There could be a few different spots too on this.
I'd actually want
The inbound winds are kind of gusting out though, as you can see to the south.
You might want to use KEWX, the one the radar to the east,
I'll
instead of
take a look in a
Laughlin
sec.
Air Force Base.
Okay.
Mainly because it's unimpeded, without any rain. You can probably see.
Whoa! New frame dropping the bomb on this. Looks like 95 and 116, or 116 in there and 62 on the other side. That is dangerous. Let me look at. You said KEWX?
Yep, that's just to the east of San Antonio.
Whoa, radar scope's freezing. There he is. Holy yikes. I see where a potential couplet could be. Right in here, I'm looking. There's Hondo there. I don't know if I mentioned this. I don't know if I mentioned this, but also a new severe thunderstorm warning for southern Osborne County and north central Kansas. That is in effect until 8:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. But our main focus at this point is this, because this looks like it could turn into something. Although, there's a few different spots here, actually. So, there's one here, and potentially one up here. So, this tornado warning is actually much more serious than the other ones we've seen today. Especially the ones for a very dangerous landspout that tracked over very, very metropolitan areas.
Boy.
Yeah, Dominic is saying 170 mile an hour delta velocity. This ain't playing.
I would be surprised, but I think it's more of a gusting nature with an inflow notch towards the northern part.
Yeah.
Mainly because if you take a look, if you zoom out like really far and turn on reflectivity, literally it's a broken line QLCS with the storms that are further north.
Yeah.
It's just doing its own thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
This spot down here is still catching my eye. I want to go back to velocity and check this out. This could be a thing. Just to the south and west of Pearsall.
goodness.
Maybe some more tornadic rotation. That looks
Convective
interesting.
outlook has been updated.
Huh?
Convective outlook has been updated. There's definitely there's slight risk as I've been seeing across the board.
Hmm.
New tornado warning on the cell that you're looking at. The cell that there's new tornado warning
This?
for Frio. No. The original cell that you said you were gonna look at.
Hang on.
The
Austin,
one,
San
yeah,
Antonio.
yeah,
Frio.
that one. The one that you were looking at, I have stream delay, obviously, but the one
Yeah.
that you were, that you said that's the one that it is.
Yeah. All right. Um.
Yep, Frio County.
Mm-hmm.
Who issued this warning? San
Um.
Antonio.
San Antonio. Yeah.
Oh God, I don't have San Antonio's IEM bot on here.
How many do you have already?
Too many.
Also got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Kent, Dickens, King, and Stonewall counties in Texas. That is in effect until 8:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Plus, the National Weather Service in Corpus Christi has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Webb and LaSalle.
Corpus Christi now? Do I have to add another one?
No, that's the first thing we've seen. I wouldn't bother. Do you have them all set to audio alert too? Yeah, this thing that I was talking about. This baby cell. Baby cell right in here. Huh. If that tries to rotate interior, then that is bad. That's very, very bad if it does that. We've already got a really dangerous spot with this cell right in and around here.
Did it again. That's it.
31 and 92, so some potentially dangerous rotating winds right in there.
Oh, he's looking at the day too.
David?
Let's see. I still can't see the day one outlook yet. Severe thunderstorm warning with tornado possible for Dimmitt, Frio, and Zavala counties in Texas. So it's basically the one with the tornado warning.
Yeah. Also, a new flash flood warning in South Carolina. But I'm going to keep an eye on the one that I read for Virginia, because that could get bad very quickly. That could... Nothing's going to become a Michigan, but that could get pretty bad or pretty serious pretty quickly. Do I live near Nate? No, I do not.
Oh.
I live 10 miles out of New York City, so no, not even close.
I just decided not to stream today because Morgan kind of fills in for me whenever I don't, you know?
Plus, he's probably going to stream tomorrow.
Oh, yeah. I'm definitely going to be streaming tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to. I'm still trying to track out those storms, look at every single model I can, but...
And plus,
today...
for anyone who doesn't think about it, he has a life outside of the YouTube community. Outside of the YouTube community. He has family like we all do that he likes to spend time with. Okay. New frame, and I don't think this is a glitch. 73 and 13. 17, 16, something like that. In terms of the cell in Frio County. We had right back up here, and towards Bandera and Medina. it looks like it's going to try and go tornadic in some way, shape, or form, as you guys can take a look at with the hook right here. Maybe it could be trying to pop out QLCS. As Nate did say, it is part of a very disbanded QLCS line. So that is definitely something of a possibility. There is some outbound winds right in here too, but it's hard to tell as of right now.
I also do want to mention that these storms will probably be impacting San Antonio relatively soon. So it isn't just these areas that are in the tornado warnings. It's San Antonio and the people out in front of this as well.
Oh, jeez, so. I did not even see how close it was. Yeah. As long as the tornadic thing misses San Antonio, we're good, and it looks like it will. But
anything can pick up in general, so I'd say just keep an eye on it. Especially the what you were looking at, just to the north and west of Castroville. That's starting to look really interesting and discreet. That could possibly produce something in and around there,
right,
like within like a couple of seconds.
Yeah, right inside of here. It's starting to hook around. Also, like to mention, we have a new tornado, possible severe thunderstorm warning in Missouri for Howard County. So, 6-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter size hail, and it is tornado possible tagged. Also in Texas, we have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Travis County. That is until 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time. I haven't taken a look at the Colorado storm in quite a long time.
I'm trying to see if I can get some sort of convective outlook for you, but I don't
still rotating.
have it.
The Dodge City radar wants to suggest a committed die, but it just entered the radar view, so.
That's 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts and 1 3/4 inch size hail for Morton County in Kansas. So I wouldn't be surprised if something tries.
Whoa! New velocity frame, and the tornado warning went mental for Bandera and Medina. If you're looking at that, Nate.
Yeah, Rio Medina. Definitely, people over there need to continue to take their precautions.
56 and 73 at least. So
I wouldn't be surprised if they issue a new tornado warning, especially since this is starting to get outside the box.
We have a couple new severe thunderstorm warnings in Morton County, like you said, in Kansas. And it appeared twice. Love to see that. Okay.
I'm gonna get a timing out for you guys. It'll be impacting County Route 471 in about 20 to 25 minutes. So
the range is about to
who lives around there.
Sorry to interrupt. The range is about to fold on it, and I'm getting winds now as high as 115 and 112 on the two different sides of the storm. So anyone who could be in the path of this, you guys definitely need to get in your safe space, because this could potentially be producing a tornado anytime soon. So just get in your the lowest floor of a building, or the most interior room that you have in a building, or both. Get into that and shelter in place, because this is very dangerous, and it's heading towards the northern suburbs of San Antonio. And this is much stronger than the Charlotte thing that Andrew and I covered the other day, too, so.
Mentioned 20 to 25 minutes until it impacts County Route 471 over there, so people need to just take their precautions as that moves on through. Could potentially be really dangerous for the outskirts of San Antonio.
Yes. Let me look at spectrum width here, see what we've got going on here. It doesn't say much. That's interesting. Let me see what it says for Lachlan. Jesus. Oh my god. 39, 36, etc. Wow. That's insane. The range fold goes away sometime soon. You were using the Lachlan radar. I am aware of that. New severe thunder. This is a huge tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning incoming. So I'm just going to read this all out. Eastern Bandera County in south central Texas, Gillespie County in south central Texas, Atascosa County in south central Texas, Kendall County in south central Texas, west central Wilson County in south central Texas, southwestern Burnett County in south central Texas, Medina County in south central Texas, southeastern Kerr County in south central Texas, northwestern Hayes County in south central Texas, Blanco County in south central Texas, Frio County in south central Texas, southern Llano County in south central Texas, Iano, or maybe something like that, it's 2 L's, Bexar County in south central Texas, and Comal County in south central Texas. Jeez, that's a lot. That's a huge block that is now in a severe thunder... Oh my god. That's now in a severe thunderstorm warning until 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time. That extends... Let's get a... That extends... over 130 miles horizontally. We've got
I want you to take a
several.
look at the latest velocity on that northernmost tornado warning storm, please.
Sure. Range is folding, so I'll go to San Antonio's.
San Antonio is the one that you should be using, and
Yeah.
still a tornado warning for Frio County. That'll be continued until 8:15.
It's hard to say. One way or another, it's hooking. Whether it's QLCS or actual cyclonic rotation is something different. That is the biggest severe warning I have ever seen in my life.
Of course, but take a look at the rotation if you haven't already. And the reason why I say that is because I see a delta velocity.
I should be getting a new frame soon.
I'm seeing a delta velocity of almost 170 miles per hour. It's 166 mile per hour delta velocity. No correlation coefficient as of right now, but
I just got the new frame.
it's mental. It is
Wow.
mental. Like if there was
Jeez, and
any
that's headed right
appropriate
for
time-
the greater San Antonio area.
I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if this was on the ground.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I think I would classify this as a possible tornado on the ground at this point.
And if it
mainly
gets
just
stronger, we
based
could be talking about maybe a PDS situation, I think, depending on how it
Oh, yeah.
strengthens.
Tornado warning for Bexar and Medina County in Texas until 8:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So I believe that's the extension.
Yeah, probably extension further north and east as it's about to cross the lines of maybe... check near Lake Hills. There's maybe a second spot right in here.
This will be impacting the County Route 471 area in about 10 minutes. So if you know anyone who lives on there, tell them to go ahead and take their proper precautions. Get underground and get into the lowest, innermost part of your building, particularly a bathroom or a closet with no windows, so you can put as many walls between yourself and the possible tornado. So,
As you
rather have
can.
one of you...
And take a look near
Rather
Lake
good.
Hills, too. Could we be talking about maybe a second spot of rotation there? I mean, there is a couplet.
Possibly, but it's kind of obscured in my opinion. I don't think that will sustain. if it tries to.
Likely
Definitely not to
not.
the extent of the cell down to the south. I just got a new reflectivity scan, and it's a hook. I'll tell you that. It is a hook.
Yeah, right in. I don't even have a new scan, and you don't even need a lot to see. Right in there, ladies and gentlemen, there's the new extended warning. Right inside of here is where the hook would be. And if we take a look at that's ridiculous. So I mentioned in I mentioned here there is a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning in Howard County in Missouri. So why don't you just go take a look at that? I'm going to keep my eyes on this. So if you could take a look at that, please, that would be much appreciated.
What county? Howard?
Howard County, yes. It should be in the list.
Yeah, I got it. I got it. I'll go to it. Those velocities are.
So at least we're talking about 50 on top of over 80. So that would be at least 130 miles an hour, and it's likely stronger at this point because this is an older frame. So anyone in Hilotes, Gray Forest, Chevrano Park, Hollywood Park, Castle Hills, Leon Valley, take your precautions immediately. This is a very dangerous storm that could have a tornado on the ground right now. I wonder... Blake from PDS, no, not right now, not at this moment. If it affects San Antonio, it's going to go tornado emergency. It won't directly affect San Antonio, I don't think, but it could be. We could be talking about north of it and the northern suburbs. Again, any city is going to have a very wide suburban area outside of it in every direction. So regardless, we could be talking about a very, 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 very dangerous situation right now. New frame, and this is ridiculous. It's a hook and a half right in here. You guys can see right there. It extends up. And there could
drop on that yet. I've got 2 separate radars up.
68 and 72 and 75, which would be almost 150. I wonder if we can get... Is there any hail with this? I don't think so. Let's see what CC
there's
says.
spotty hail up and around across the board.
I don't see anything on CC at all.
Yeah, there isn't anything on CC at the moment.
So,
it's just a lot of inflow.
Does Spectrum Width tell a story? Not really, at all.
I forgot about Spectrum Width.
Um,
No, I don't think so. I don't think any sort of forcing is happening right now. I wonder, I haven't studied on this event too much, but I wonder if this is all elevated.
Okay, well, I'm just gonna go out for a moment and say the the cell that I said should go tornado warn just completely died on us for the most part. So, still tornado warning in effect, and if you are in the warning, continue to take your precautions, but that does not look as anywhere near as dangerous as it was looking earlier. Oh, God.
I see a 101 mile per hour delta velocity on the storm that's heading into the metro of San Antonio.
I'm seeing over 140, 145. In a small spot, if you're looking at my stream, a small spot right in here is where it would be.
Definitely gonna get pretty interesting.
We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for central Cheyenne County in east central Colorado. That'll be in effect until 7:45 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time, and I had the intention, actually, to go through here and look at the severe warning in Missouri. See if there was any
I just want to say,
sorts
I
of
just want to say
rotation.
real quick that the velocity has died out, and it's still no correlation coefficient on it. It's still there. It still has strong velocities, but it is not as organized as it once was. Um,
Um, could be recycling question mark.
the one
And
in Missouri is dead. It's kind of dealing with a lot of capping right now.
uh-huh.
Why? Yeah, he is talking to Hockey Boy and Nate. I decided he typically streams whenever I don't, so I felt like it would have been nice to come out to one of his streams every now and then. I mean, I typically do. I'm usually in his chat, but to actually help him out today. Um, yeah, I don't see a lot on there. I'm gonna be completely honest.
It
I
doesn't look
mean,
as organized at all at this point, but like I did say,
oh no.
could be recycling.
I just want to say that GR2's velocities gave up and it started to de-alias incorrectly.
Hmm.
Oh boy.
Jeez.
If only you guys could see my perspective. This is hilarious. That is-
Just print screen that to me. I'd be interested to see. I
Yeah,
think it's
so
recycling, ladies and gentlemen, for the record. I think this is recycling. The hook is still there. It's not as evident, but the wind speed is still there, and the area is still there. So I think that it could be recycling at this moment in time, in which it would come back and be very dangerous because it would be recycling basically right on top of the greater San Antonio area.
Sending it your way if I can find it. There it is. You just have all the surging greens, and then all of a sudden, it basically just says, "Yeah, you're not gonna be able to register anymore."
So it basically just gave up.
Yeah, for the most part. And I honestly still think that nothing is forming in and around those areas. The latest scan just kind of confirmed my suspicion that it's gusting out. So, granted, I still think that something could be tornadic. I don't honestly think that stuff could continue to sustain.
Which would be fantastic news for the greater San Antonio area. Dodged a big bullet.
Indeed, indeed. If you guys are new, by the way, to Morgan's channel, be sure to subscribe because he does the same thing that I do, and he's practically younger than I am. So, if you want to be along for the ride of his progression into probably a well-known YouTuber eventually, we'll get him there. We'll get him there.
We can hope.
But
We can hope.
I have a lot of faith in him, and I do believe that he'd be a great person to listen to when it comes to live streaming the weather. So
Yeah, this
like his content,
might be gusting
Go
out. Regardless, though, we do have the chonky boy severe thunderstorm warning that is tornado possible in this whole 130 mile an hour, 130 mile area.
You know what I just realized?
Yeah.
You remember the cell in Mexico?
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it evolved into this giant line. I think that's the reason why San Antonio is under fire, because the Mexico cell is literally the thing that's tornadic right now.
Hang on.
It's nothing exists anymore. It literally passed from
No,
Eagle
I'm looking
Pass,
through the
and now it's that line.
locations. It was... You might actually be right there, because Rosita North and El Indio was where it was crossing, and it was moving somewhat north.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Dickens, King, Motley, Cottle, Stonewall counties in Texas. That's in effect until 9:15 p.m. Central Daylight Time, and that is also tornado possible. So there's that.
How the hell does David have 200 people watching right now?
Because clickbait.
I guess.
That new warning's up here. And it's tornado possible. Where in the heck would that be tornado possible? I can't speak. Tornado possible. It's a mess. That's not even anything close to what I would expect for a tornado possible thing to be issued.
Yeah, the tornado warning for Frio, as you guys have seen, has expired.
Has been let expire.
The big expire.
Don't rule this out yet, although it looks like it could be gusting out. It may be potentially recycling. It definitely still shows that little hook that pops out. So it's definitely something that I'm going to continue to keep an eye on.
Did you just call, wait, what?
Hmm?
I'm. Oh my god. This
Words?
now.
No, what's going on? Did you get a new frame?
No, I've just.
If I could get a new frame on this, that'd be fantastic. So, as spoken by the new frame here, it could be trying to recycle. It's really not likely, quite frankly. It's most likely gusting out, like Nate said. As you can see, it is completely kaplooting to the west.
I'm surprised actually David listened to my comment. I put it in there. I told him because he was like, "Oh, possible debris ball," and I was like, "No, that's just all inflow."
He said he's 23.
He's around that age. I think he's 24.
He should really have more knowledge than he has. Did he major in it?
No, he's self-taught.
He what?
He's self-taught.
He's self-taught.
Who said that? Katie.
If this recycles, if it does, this thing will go beyond mental. Yes. Look in Discord. Okay. Nate, Wyatt 11 asks, when are you streaming again?
I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow. Tomorrow's the next time I'm going to be streaming. I don't know exactly when I will be streaming. I will be
But
updating you all on the.
There's
community
a
tab,
potential tornadic situation tomorrow, so that'll be something to keep in mind. Nate will be live. I may go live depending on the time that he goes live. If he doesn't go live until later at night, I may go live earlier in the day. Wow, that's incredible. Never before would I see someone on par with Nate. Great job, man. Thank you so much. That means a lot. Oh, this could be recycling. Oh. Please no. Let's just not go there. Oh my god. It's definitely starting to pop out again here a little bit. Jeez. Check back on this real quick. A couple of new severe thunderstorm warnings. The first one is for Ford, Kiowa, and Comanche County in Kansas. That is in effect until 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 2-inch hail. And another warning from Corpus Christi for Webb, LaSalle, and McMullen until 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 60-mile-an-hour wind gusts and quarter-size hail. Could this be rotating again or recycling again? I don't know. What?
Hold on.
Gotta say, my frames on base velocity are updating a lot better today. Because my laptop currently says 922 and I'm getting a frame from 921. Love to see not getting frames from 7 minutes ago. Yo, Nate, are you looking at General 1?
Negative.
Tegan is posting some really cool print screens. Just take a look at it when you get the chance.
Actually.
That's crazy, man.
Part of me actually want to watch live storm chasing on the side, but yeah, that's not bad.
That's some pretty nice looking structure to it. We got a new severe thunderstorm warning for Finney, Hodgman, and Gray counties in Kansas. That's in effect until 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time for ping pong ball sized hail. And where's the new warning that I just saw? I think it's this.
Did you see any MPing reports in and around that storm that had damage? Something like that.
Not that I can see right now. Oh my.
Yeah, it's really gusty in and around that area.
No, I'm looking at a new warning. Wow.
You tell.
Or, not a new tornado warning. I'm looking at one of the severe thunderstorm warnings. Look at the one for Dimmitt, Zavala, and Frio. There could be some spots in there that could... It is a tornado possible warning. There could be some spots in here, especially I'm looking right here in this hook area. But also here, potentially here, etc. It's very disorganized, but if it gets its act together, it could be a very dangerous thing, and that's a mess. Oh, Jesus Christ, excuse me. Ugh. Okay. Yeah, from the last few frames, I'm starting to think that this thing is dead, which is fantastic. That's something you'll love to see, ladies and gents. Yeah, starting to lose its velocity in and around the northern parts of it, and it's starting to just become a big, fat mountain in the velocities, in the velocity scans. However, we're going to get a new tornado warning for this, I believe, for west central Guadalupe and northern Bexar and southwestern Comal until 9 p.m. Central Daylight Time. If it's for the things that I mentioned down here, then I am an actual god.
No, it's extension to the warning.
Yeah, that's what I had expected. It was what I had mentioned down here in Dimit Frio and Zavala, I would have lost my mind. College Station, Texas, get any bad weather tonight or tomorrow? College Station? Let me just search that up here. College Station, Texas is up here. You guys might get impacted by the lines that are going through right now. Again, we've been mentioning this for a very long time now. This is a very this is a very dangerous line that illegally immigrated from Mexico over into Texas, and now it could be causing some. Oh my God!
I just want to mention that the straight line winds that are in the tornado warning, I do believe this is straight line winds, by the way, so no tornado threat from here. I just want to mention that you could see velocities in almost upwards of almost 90 miles per hour across the board.
Yes, getting a lot of high 60s, low 70s, and even some 80s a lot of the time. So
Yeah,
if you guys are
87.2 in this frame.
If you guys are in these areas, regardless, please, I would still get into your safe space, because this is a very dangerous storm. You do not want to be near any windows for this at all, as they could potentially break with flying debris. Regardless of whether or not this is tornadic, which, as Nate said, he does not believe it is, this is still a very dangerous looking storm that you guys need to take very seriously in this area. I'm expecting a lot of damage reports to come from San Antonio later tonight. Let me turn on MPing reports again, because I want to see if got anything going down here. So we have a report of 1-inch tree limbs broken and shingles blown off near just northwest of Leon Valley.
I hate to interrupt, but the furthest northern part of the straight line wind latest just got an update and it intensified. And if you take a look at reflectivity, there actually is a really interesting hook in there.
That's a Jesus. New severe thunderstorm warning for Lincoln, and Russell in Kansas. That's in effect till 9:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 60-mile-an-hour gusts and half dollar sized hail. This is very dangerous. The good news of this is that it is very, very north of San Antonio, which is fantastic. But there's still a lot of towns in and around this area, so it definitely could still be a big issue. Oh. Oh my gosh.
That is crazy, I gotta say. My goodness.
We're getting winds upwards of 95 miles per hour here. Whether they're straight line or rotating right now. So areas near, I'd say Timberwood Park and Boulevard or something like that. However you say that. You guys need to find your safe space because this could be rotating again as of this point. And regardless of whether or not it's rotating, you do not want to be near any type of window for this event, as flying debris could smash windows and cause some serious injuries inside of houses. Plus fallen trees could be a big issue with this as well, considering how populated the area is. Did you have something to say, Nate? I interrupted you. I apologize.
No.
Okay.
You can continue.
Yeah. So now we're getting winds of 100 miles per hour on the dot. And we could potentially be seeing some rotating winds to the north of that spot as well. 25 on the other side of it.
Yeah, that's 100.
Um, we have no new warnings at all as of right now. It's hard to tell because that new these most recent frames where it seems to be trying to suck in some of the outbound winds is very suspicious. New frame soon would be fantastic. Could get that.
That is crazy.
I need a haircut. I can't say I didn't see this coming. We have a flash flood warning for western Frio County in south central Texas. That'll be in effect until 11:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Between 1 and 3 inches of rain have already fallen, and could be talking about another 1 to 2 inches per 2 hours rate. Especially since this is in urban areas, this could be very dangerous. It is classified as life-threatening flash flooding, so that is definitely something to keep in mind. New velocity scan, and I think it could be close to done. Did the Texas storm revive itself? It might have. It looks suspicious as to maybe a little bit of a potential dragon of the outgoing winds here Drag in, not dragon. Dragin. Just confirming English. And Andrew's weather predictions, it needs to recycle. It doesn't need to, and it's hard to say that it is. It might not be at the moment. Or it might have already recycled and we just couldn't tell because nothing really changed. We don't know right now. We need a new frame. Turn my camera angle down a little bit too.
News is that the velocities have now, well, not that the velocity, just the velocities in general have went down into lower 80s.
Mm-hmm. Which is still fairly strong, but it's better than 100. Nate, Jessica says in chat, Brett Adair is saying tornado.
Brett Adair says tornado.
Yes, that's what Jessica says.
What?
Look at the new frame, and I just don't believe that. I don't believe that at all.
I don't believe that there is a tornado.
Look at
Where is Brett?
Yeah, I'm not even looking. Kansas? What? This thing? I'm confused now.
I'm trying to take a look at a bunch of other stuff here across the board.
Uh-huh.
Bunch of cells.
Where in the heck would there be a... Is it this thing? This is the thing we've been tracking since the beginning of stream. Is it this thing?
One in Colorado that went into Kansas,
yeah, the one
right?
that just crossed the border.
Yeah, 80 mile per hour winds warned with that.
Yay, baby cell!
It's doing its own thing.
Hey! The National Weather Service in Topeka has issued a severe thunderstorm warning for Geary County in east central Texas. That's in effect till 9:30 Central.
Where's Wilburton?
And a new warning for a new tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning for the following areas in the panhandle of Texas: Armstrong, Wheeler, Gray, Collingsworth, Donley, all counties. That's in effect until 9:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Tornado possible tag with the storm. And if we... Has it showed up yet? I don't think that's it. That may be it. Yeah, it just showed up. Here.
Lost. Is the aliasing?
The velocities near Samnerworth are dangerously high. 53 and 45 at one couplet, and then you have straight line winds that are hitting over 100 miles per hour. which is very dangerous. Baby Cell got a lot of testosterone and now it is stronger than ever. Frick frack. Let me go back up here and frickin' Dodge City. This is something we've watched since beginning of stream, by the way. I don't know if everyone's been here. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Morton, Stevens County in Kansas. That's in effect until 9:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time. For 70-mile-per-hour gusts and ping-pong ball-sized hail. Which is, if anyone... I'm going to do a Nate, which is, if anyone does not know what the size of a ping-pong ball is, inch and a half.
I didn't anticipate that San Antonio was going to get hit today. If I knew that San Antonio was going to get hit, I probably would have streamed. Because literally everyone in San Antonio
It illegally immigrated.
Oh yeah, but like literally everyone in San Antonio is in David's stream.
Well, he has more subscribers, so I mean he's going to get more.
Oh, of course, but like, you know, if people like typically people go to YouTube and stuff like that for weather if it hits like large areas, and it just so happens that pick today where I didn't stream. But it's still doing its own thing.
Mm-hmm. Let's go back down here. Yep, this is dead. This is for sure dead at this point. I just don't see any way for that to revive itself. It's so disorganized now, disbanded, and it's not as strong either at this point.
Yeah, I don't believe so either. I do want to mention the cell that we've been tracking for quite some time has an inflow notch.
Let me get this. Its range is folding in on Dodge City radar. Crap.
He literally just told people who said if you want to donate and support the stream, you can donate.
Why would you want to?
I've never done that in my entire life.
Why would you want
say,
to?
hey, people, donate?
You've told us not to donate to you, and obviously we're not going to listen.
Of course, but at the same time, did somebody just knock at my door? Hold on. Okay. Nothing's happening so far.
Got a new severe thunderstorm warning that just popped up on radar for Cheyenne, Kit Carson, Wallace, and Sherman counties in Colorado and Kansas. That's in effect until 8:30 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time. 460-mile-per-hour wind gusts and pea-sized hail.
Photo of Landspout in General 1. What? Oh, that's the Nebraska Landspout. Seems legit.
Mm-hmm.
Velocity's down back.
It's got text
velocities
message.
are quite weak now.
In Texas or in Kansas, are you talking about?
Texas, San Antonio. I'm going back to Kansas. I'm just going back and forth. Although there might be a new tornado warning that'll be issued to the north of the current tornado warning. I mean, in my honest opinion.
Mm-hmm.
There might be something in and around there. There might.
Yeah.
I can't say for sure. Can't say for sure. I don't think there will be anything, but there could be.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
some general rotation there, but.
God, if the range would stop folding, that would be fantastic. Because right now, Dodge City is really the only good radar to track it.
I'm gonna put down Brandon. Brandon literally followed David Schlotthauer, and I want to die.
Brandon?
Yeah, this kid who keeps talking to me over the thing. Yo, Yeet is contacting him. You don't know who Yeet is, but Yeet doing his own thing over there. That's hilarious. It would be tornado warning in Kansas, or at least tornado possible. I agree. What just happened? Wait, Finley, Gray, Hodgman, Kansas. Is that a tornado possible? There's a tornado possible on one storm.
Is there really?
Yeah. Oh, it's the cell that's near Dodge
Oh, it's
City.
Baby Cell!
It's literally the cell that was near Dodge City.
Other Baby Cell, yeah.
What's up? Welcome to the not really makeshift stream, but the smaller platforms. Classic. The one time that I don't stream, literally all of San Antonio comes and they're like, "Oh, David Schlotthauer, ooh," and I'm like, "What?"
New severe thunderstorm warning for northwestern
What's going on in
Jackson
San Antonio?
County.
San Antonio right now, really, it's just got a lot of straight line winds with like 65 to 70 mile per hour. Stuff like that.
Mile per hour, it's a new one.
Mile per hours.
We got a new severe warning for Jackson County in southern Illinois. That's in effect till 9:30 p.m. Central Daylight Time. What? Hey, new tornado warning in Frio County. Again.
Is that? Yeah, there it is.
That thing. What is this?
Whoa! What? I'm looking at that too. What is going?
Wow. I want to check to make sure that's not a radar glitch. I don't think it is. Oh, there's a new frame. It's a bit disorganized, but the winds are there. The wind strength is there. And if you look just a little bit to the south of the warning, there's a little spot right in here with strong winds going inbound and outbound of the Lachlan. How do you say that name? Lachlan? Lachlan?
I think it's Lachlan. I don't know.
Lachlan? Whatever. Of the Lachlan Air Force Base radar, it looks like it could do something. For sure. We're getting, if my thing could come up, we're getting 92 on top of at least 50, some spots 60, and I'm even getting a spot of 67 right in there. So anyone who is in this tornado warning, or potentially even south of it, this includes Charlotte in Texas, possibly Jourdanton, and Christine in Texas, you guys need to go ahead and find your safe space and take your precautions. All of this line could potentially produce a tornado. Because from looking at it, all of them have both inbound and outbound winds coming together. So whether or not the cyclonic rotation is there or not is different.
That was fun. Father literally barged into my room where it was like, "Hey, you got air conditioning?"
What's the temperature down there where you guys are?
Oh, it's humid. It doesn't even matter anymore. It's just like it's warm humidity where it's just uncomfortable.
It was 95% humidity when I was going to bed last night, and I stayed up till it was like 80% humidity, and even then it was hard to fall asleep.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's currently 60 where I'm at with 73% humidity. So that's kind of where I'm at right now. I think they made a mistake with the placement of this warning, because I think there's areas south of it that could potentially go warned as well. That might be anticyclonic, though.
Yeah.
That's quavy. We are 5 minutes away from 3 hours on stream.
Preach, brother. Jesus is coming soon.
And Kevin Santa in chat says Laughlin. Like Lauflin.
Alright.
It,
See, this
like,
is what happens when we live on the East Coast. We don't pay attention to specifics. We just like.
Alright, so Tegan says he posted more pics in Discord. Let me see what's going on.
Eating funnel cake. Oh boy.
Oh boy. So if you take a look at the San Antonio radar, Nate, or if you just take a look at my
Yep.
screen when you get the delay, there's a spot right in here near Pearsall.
Yeah, I was looking at that. That's anticyclonic right there.
Uh-huh. Can we get...
I think it's just, it might, but I think that might be just an abnormality. I'm gonna be completely honest. Because I was looking at prior frames and stuff like that, and I couldn't find anything. But it could. It could.
Mm-hmm.
Tornado possible for?
General One's now talking about James Spann. Huh?
Of course it is.
Isn't he that guy that,
He's
was
the
on-
he's the meteorologist that was in central,
wasn't he on top of the Tuscaloosa tornado? Right?
Yeah, he covered the entire 11 outbreak in Alabama.
Uh-huh. I can imagine he probably got a few days off after that.
Mm-hmm.
That was insane.
What? Hold up.
What?
Give me a second.
You have a new frame?
No, it's not that. Of course. It just so happens that the day that I don't stream, literally the one person that is, which is David Slaughtower, gets featured in featured by a company, an actual company. Texas East Weather Live. What the hell is that?
That doesn't sound legit.
I
Doesn't-
am very sad.
Doesn't seem legit. Does not.
I don't know.
Sorry, I don't understand you.
The very sad. Not really. I mean, it is what it is. I'll get larger than
10
him eventually.
o'clock.
But it just so happens that
horrible.
my stream
Yes.
last night was like basically counteracted by his stream today.
Finish.
No. There's time. You can sleep in tomorrow.
Morgan. Finish.
There's time. And I still have to work. I have to still figure this out because this. What am I? Thank you. We have a few new severe thunderstorm warnings for Duval, Webb, LaSalle, and McMullen in south central Texas. Those are in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time. And we also have a new warning and another Chonky Boy warning. That is tornado possible for the following counties in south central Texas: Caldwell, Hayes, Guadalupe, southwestern Travis, southwestern Blanco, northwestern Gonzales, east central Kendall, north central Wilson, northeastern Bexar, and Comal. That is in effect until 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time. Tornado possible, tag with it. That's another Chonky Boy severe warning. This one will go down as the chonkiest of all time. I can't. Mommy want you to sleep, but you say no. It's not that. I think it's something else that I have to do. Funnel cloud north of Bandera reported by a trained spotter. Do we have a new tornado warning incoming then? Because that would be the ultimate confirmation of that.
Yeah.
Bandera is where?
Boy, I think the risk is starting. It's kind of dying a bit. I'm gonna be completely honest. I think it's more just a straight line wind risk.
Yeah, at this point, but there still is definitely the potential for spotty development, I think. Because there are flaws in the line.
Oh yeah. I mean,
where-
even up into Kansas, there might even be some stuff too. But
Because the line is sort of not very straight. So the winds are there. And this frickin' track is blocking that. I think we might be talking about a potential couplet right in here, just to the south and west of Canyon Lake. That would not be very good at all. The tornado warning has expired. I don't think we have anything at all new. We have a new severe thunderstorm warning for Finney in Gray County in southwestern Kansas. That's in effect until 9:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for a stationary severe thunderstorm with 2-inch hail and 70-mile-per-hour wind gusts. Northwest of San Antonio. North and west, we would not be talking about a funnel from San Antonio. So at this point, that's not a concern.
oh boy. Winds around San Antonio are definitely not up to severe parameters anymore.
Yeah, for sure. This could be a couple of right here, though, near Canyon Lake. So I'm going to keep an eye on that. If we go back, reload, we have new severe thunderstorm warning for southeastern Ellis County in central Kansas till 10 p.m. Central Daylight Time for quarter-size hail, 60-mile-per-hour wind gusts, plus a new severe thunderstorm warning for, this is not tornado possible, notably, Medina, Carnes, Frio, Atascosa, something like that, Wilson, Bexar. That is not tornado possible, which I think is interesting. It's trying its best to try and make something right around in here. I think it's failing, though. I think it's too late.
Hello, brother, real quick. I'll be back.
Alright. Anyone into K-pop here? Absolutely not. No offense to you, but no, I'm not a fan of it at all. Pull up a new tab here real quick. Just gonna look up at something. That's what we have here. Back to chat for a second. 50-mile-per-hour wind near Canyon Lake, Texas. So here's the thing about these winds. Almost all of them are 50 miles per hour at this point. That is no surprise to anyone going on right now. Even these winds around here, and especially up here, hitting 50s, 60s, and on the backside, 30s, 40s. So, again, not the strongest at this point at all. Certainly a lot less stronger than earlier. But still everything's really in the 40s and 50s. Most everything is in the 40s and 50s around here. So, I'll take that out. I still don't understand the warning in Frio. The range is folding on it, so I can't see it. That sucks. With tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning for western Hodgman County in southwestern Texas. That's in effect until 9:45 p.m. Central Daylight Time for 2-inch hail. Take a look at that in a minute.
Just forming across the board in Kansas now. Literally, just like so many.
Baby cells.
Not even that. More like. I don't even know.
Oh, jeez.
Literally, they aren't even baby cells. Look,
They're
everything across the board.
Jeez.
If you just go on reflectivity. I mean, and then zoom out. Like pick a radar and then zoom out.
I'm looking at Dodge City. Jeez. One and a half inch hail. 1.5 inch. 2.5 inch. Less than an inch. 1 inch. 0.75. 1.5. 0.75. 0.5. All of these are...
like we need to make that transition for like any other what commercial on TV that's trying to sell you something. But wait, there's more, and then go to a separate radar in Kansas. Like literally, you could probably go to Topeka and then find more, or even zoom out and look towards Topeka.
No, what would be perfect is just imagine you have a TV advertisement for your baby cell merch. You're in the middle of that, and you get this.
Oh my goodness.
Uh. Hodgman. That's this. Is there really any type of velocity with it? Not even anything really with spectrum width. It also is now important to note that the whole city of San Angelo and the surrounding suburbs are now in a flash flood warning. 1 to 2 inches of rain have already fallen. Another 1 to 2 inches in 2 hours is expected. Flash flood damage threat considerable.
How liberal Kansas is. That liberal? I don't know. I don't see any rotation. I mean, there's rotation, but there isn't any. Although I gotta say, that cell in Kansas looks really nice, though. The one north of Dodge City. My stomach hurts from not streaming all this, but at the same time, I can't do anything now. I don't know. Probably won't think about it too much.
Can we all get a rip in the chat for Nate and what could have been a great day for streaming?
Just for streaming in general, because people would have been like, oh, hitting, a specific spot. Oh my god. Yeah, he it just so happens.
Yeah, again, and I was streaming on Friday, I believe, with Andrew when confirmed tornado went through Charlotte.
Mm-hmm.
So there was that too.
I believe Morgan's good at weather, Trixie. I believe Morgan's good at weather. He's still got some ways to go, but I believe in him. Which is the reason why I've partnered with Mr. Wonderful.
Pop in general, yes. So where is that line of storms going to hit? I assume you're talking about the line in Texas that has been wreaking havoc since it illegally immigrated. So the line is supposed to continue, just spreading through the south central Texas areas, eventually spreading to the southeast area of Texas. This will go through Houston at some point, but will likely not be tornadic by then. Excuse me. Likely this line of storms will one of two things. One, it'll hit the water and storms will split and do their own things. Tornado warning for Frio has been let to expire. Either that or words. Either that or the storm should disband by the time it hits the Mississippi border or Louisiana border, excuse me. one way or another, I don't see that much of a threat going forward with this line other than some wind, some damaging winds, maybe some hail and some rain. Look at KFWS radar or KGRK and look at Richland Springs Hook. KFWS. Hello, radar scope. This is lagging existentially at this point. We got a new flash flood warning for Geary County in East Central Texas. That's in effect until 9:15 or 1:15, excuse me, a.m. Central Daylight Time for heavy rain from 1 to 3 inches in 1 hour is expected. So if you guys are in low-lying areas of Geary County, please be sure to take your precautions and get to higher ground as soon as you can. Okay, I'm just going to take a moment and close and reopen Radar Scope because it is internally and externally dying. Just close that and reopen, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. So, you said Richard Springs? Richland Springs. Down here? Well, I should not be using a radar for an area down here. There is definitely a hook, but I should not be using that radar. There may be something there. Range is folding to all get out. And the range is folding to all get out there as well. The range is folding all over. It's there. It's not that strong. So going forward, this likely won't develop into much of anything, and there's also a mesocyclone here near Cross Plains that we could be potentially looking at. There's a lot of stuff to be looking at, but I will need to end the stream soon, so I have a few things to do. I'm just going to look at this for a few more minutes. I'm gonna just go through this real quick. Trying to see what this line is doing at this point. for the record, whoever said the Richland Springs hook, it does not look like it'll be too much of an issue. Why is radar scope not showing up here? Much better. Whoever mentioned Richland Springs, it's really not that much of a concern at this point. It's not very strong, and is not the tightest things we've seen over the past few days. That's interesting. This continues to get range folded. I can't even see it. As much as I want to see baby cell develop, or baby cell continue to develop, I need to get off stream soon. So I think what I'm going to do at this point, since I have to get off within the next 5 minutes or so, I'm just going to run through everything that is going on one more time, and we will wrap it up there. So what we got going on right now with these 3 severe warnings is a squall line that was disbanded is trying to reorganize itself, going through south and eventually east central Texas. This will likely continue all the way through into Houston, but will likely not be as strong by the time it gets to that point. This band of cells up here to the north is a big mess, and it's definitely something that will need to continue to be monitored very closely, as some of these did get classified as tornado possible. As you can see with this, really nothing going on. Oh god, excuse me. Really nothing going on there in terms of the tornado potential. And then as well as up here, if we look at Topeka, you can see there is some severe storms up here roaming around, but really nothing too much to worry about. The flash flood warnings up and around here for these areas down here, and especially in here. So I'm going to just go through this one more time. This is still as of 8/26, so I really don't need to. But regardless, city of Martinsville in south central Virginia could be under a loaded gun warning for extensive amounts of evacuations due to a lot of flash flooding and due to these storms. That basically covers everything going on. So with that all being... There's an MPing report of snow.
Person's just... Yeah, that line, people typically do that just to be a-holes.
'Cause why not? No, it's not hail. I think people are very dyslexic sometimes. But, and then up here we have more snow reports. But yeah, went through the storms here and around down here, so I will set to the KEWX radar, get it looping, and with everything being said, I'm going to end the stream here. Thank you all so much for watching and tuning in. Thank you, Nate, as well, for tuning in, sticking around for a few hours as I covered this. Appreciate you stopping by, man.
Yep.
if you guys have enjoyed this, please be sure to leave a like rating down below. Also, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new around here. We are very close to 100 subscribers, as I got pointed out by Nate and some of the members in my chat. So if you guys are new here, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Turn on the little bell if you guys really want to be notified that much of all of my live streams. And that will essentially do it for me. I will see you guys in the next live stream. Take care. Peace out.